Okay. Mm. Oh man, much later stream today. I'm gonna be honest. I set an alarm last night. It just didn't go off for some reason. So I woke up maybe 30 minutes ago. But what's up, Liam and Jimmy? How are you guys? How are you guys doing? Mongero, how are you? Early stream. Yeah, I don't know what went on. I set an alarm for about 10:40, which is when I normally wake up. But I ended up waking up like an hour and a half past that. And for some reason, I don't know if this is... I'm gonna end the stream in 10 minutes now. No, it's not gonna be that bad. It's like, okay, we're not gonna end in 10 minutes, but um, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but sometimes it seems like when you get more sleep, like I got a little bit, I slept in a little bit later. I kind of slept into when my body woke up naturally because the alarm didn't go off for some reason, and yet for some reason, I don't really. It's not like I feel well rested. Like it's not like I feel better. I don't know. It seems counterintuitive because you'd think if you get more sleep, you would feel a little bit more well rested the next day, but for some reason I don't feel that. But what's up, Killer God? Itchy, you wanting to know if anyone wants to play Minecraft? I guess if anyone wants to, they can. Are you talking about like on my server? Killer God, how are you today? You were just gonna sleep? Umaima, please go to sleep. I have had issues with I had issues with sleep last night. It is definitely important to take care of that. As great as it would be to have you here, I started way late because I slept past my alarm. So I would much rather you take care of yourself. You're saying lucky. If Fenrir, you have the option to sleep as well. I'm not holding your wife and children at gunpoint, forcing you to watch. You can't sleep, you'll stay here. Okay, I mean, I do appreciate that. Okay, I should have remembered that was there from last time. I mean, I appreciate the dedication, but on the other hand, it's important to take care of you. What time is it? Right now, it's almost 1 p.m., so early afternoon for me. So I think, from what I remember, this part was kind of not this particular part, but like the shop was one of the more difficult. One of the things that we spent a bit more time on. So, and Miss Peak. I don't know if this will be peak just because I don't feel great today. Like I know a lot of the streams like there's not really ever a high energy stream. Like the streams always tend to be more chill, but today it might like I mean I would say I feel maybe like at 25% today. Which again is weird because you would think getting more sleep, you wake up feeling better, but for some reason I don't know. I just don't feel great, but that's okay. At least there's a weekend coming up. Do you guys have any plans for things you're doing this week? I mean, I know some of you guys, like if at Rear, I'm guessing you don't have school or university, right? On the weekends, so do you guys have any plans upcoming? What's up, GB? I'm trying to think. Maybe we can. Okay, that was not the jump. The good news, I think there's a couple of points where like once we get past them, we rarely fall. Like this is one of the sections where once we get past this, I don't remember falling back past this point. So there are some kind of obstacles and points where it seems like you only have to beat them once for the most part. So hope you all are great. Yes, Hopefully you guys are all doing well. I know it's late for a lot of you guys, especially you, Mima, and Fenrir. What's up, A-Star? Johannes is here also. You don't want to play Clash? That'll come. Yeah, that'll come soon. We do play Clash every now and then. I think the last time we played it was, I guess we played it a few days ago. I was considering playing that today. I was like, you know, season's coming to an end. Maybe we play a little bit of Clash, but I was like, don't know if I'm mentally. I don't know if I'm up for that, just because I don't know. I do play Clash sometimes outside of stream, but a lot of times it's for clan wars, or because you guys know you guys know Ollie kind of rallies everyone for clan wars, and so I like to help him out do that. Sometimes I'll play on, you know, one of the alt accounts because it's fun climbing trophies as well. We almost had that as well. It's actually scary to think that, like, before I didn't worry about this ledge at all, because like if you fall off the ledge, we always had a checkpoint. But sometimes I have to remind myself that we're in hardcore mode. So yeah, that's something else to watch out for. Noob is here. What's up, Noob? You drew Three Musketeers? I actually did very briefly. Like, I saw your comment just before starting stream about looking at the community tab. So I very briefly, I didn't respond, or like I didn't write a comment, but I like very briefly looked at the community tab. I did see the Three Musketeers art. It looked pretty cool. I did like it. I didn't leave a comment or anything because this was just 5 minutes ago before starting, but I did see you drew Three Musketeers. Killer God, I look tired. Yes, I am tired today. I'm not feeling 100% today. So, like, for some reason, I don't know. It's weird. It's like it's the normal temperature in here. I have the fan going to hopefully like bring in some fresh air, and for some reason I'm like sweating just a tiny bit. I don't know, but maybe I should just, I mean, I did wake up recently and I have a drink here, but I'll make sure to drink water a little bit later in the stream just because I don't do that enough. And I don't know why this jump is more difficult than I remember it being, but it's alright. You do the Evil Witch dying to Mega Knight. How do you feel about that, noob? Okay, I remember you asked if you needed to draw the new icon of the witch. I probably would. Like, you drew the old icon. Oh, okay, that was... We got through that. I guess up here next. You drew the old icon of the witch already, so it makes sense to draw the new one as well. So yeah, if I were you, I'd maybe draw the new logo. Drink your water. Yes, I mean, let's see, this is, I mean, all the drinks that I have, the first ingredient is water. So it's like, yes, it's not technically water, but at least the first ingredient is either water or carbonated water, which again I know is not probably not as healthy as just water, but at least I think this actually might have, I didn't even realize it's actually got a lot of vitamins and stuff added. Look at that, 200% daily value of pantothenic acid. So we're getting that in for the day at least. Okay. I forget how we did this last time. I remember maybe we tried going sideways. That way we can see the fridge a little bit better. There is one great thing. There's nowhere to fall here. So it's like, that is That is one of the great things about this freezer. It's like, at least there's not a massive cliff that you have to be aware of. So, should draw Dark Goblin. That's true. I don't think you haven't drawn Dark Goblin yet, have you, Noob? My kidneys are screaming. Okay. I mean, surely it can't be. Why they're screaming from too many vitamins? Remember the ingredients when I'm passing the kidney stone. I mean, surely I think. I mean, I think kidney stones are caused by like lack of water. Does that count if it's? I mean, I haven't got a kidney stone yet, but yeah, maybe all the drinking of carbonated water instead of regular water is gonna catch up to me. This seems to happen every time where like we got through that first try. I think that's what we did last time as well, but then I remember it getting like for some reason when we went back again, it was like kind of hard to progress at one time. Also, Killer God, yeah, I'm streaming to. I think you might be one of the only people watching on Instagram, but I'm streaming to TikTok and YouTube as well. So those are the couple other places that I stream to. So I remember how we did this last time. You got CR7. Didn't you get? Didn't you get Messi and Lamal like last time? So now you have Ronaldo, Yamal, and Messi. Dang. That's a pretty good. I mean, how rare are they to get? Like, I don't know if it's a soccer game where you can progress pretty quickly, or if that's not a common thing to see. But regardless, that's pretty good. I'm sure Umaimu will be happy to hear that you've got Ronaldo. Are you planning? I'm guessing you're planning on using him. Okay, let's try to remember. I think we tried going down this route with like the boxes and the cans last time. Don't really think it led anywhere. So I'm pretty sure you have to go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to go that way. Okay, I guess if we fall, we're only falling back to the checkout line or whatever where we were. So, but what's off to the left? That is, I'm gonna be honest, that's actually really, really scary. Because that'll set us back maybe a couple of hours of progress. I don't remember falling there last time. I don't think it's a massive fall risk, but it definitely yeah, definitely makes you a bit more worried when you don't have a drone pad just right beneath you. Okay, let's try that. Okay, not quite, but almost. I remember this was one of the easiest parts of this section, though. I think it's once we get a little bit further, the risk of falling goes up. You found the new Battle Healer hero? I saw the image that you sent where there was, I hope they never add that. Because you already know its ability is going to be like, heal everything on the map. Alright, Killer God, thanks for joining for a bit. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day. I saw you sent in the community tab the, like, what looked like a... Huh? Oh, we're 15 minutes in. That can't be happening, bruh. We just started. Alright, well, you know what? Not the end of the world. Not ideal, but I mean, we knew this would happen at some point. That's very impressive. What, falling that much? I mean, yeah, that's... it's not great. We just start. It's not a great note to start it on, but it takes skill to fall with style the way you did. Well, at least that's good. At least I lost all my progress with style. That's wonderful. I mean, you know what? We didn't fall as far as we could have. Like, that could have been worse. We could have fallen farther down in the whatever it's called, the factory. So it's not ideal, but we've. I suppose we could have fallen further. Like, we're not too far off from the little pipe that's gonna take us up to the shop again. So. But oh man, if this was the other mode, we would be back up there in an instant. You're talking about the video? You need the video before Monday. Okay, so remind me what it is again. It's just a reaction to the video. Like, do I need to include the video? Like, do you want me to overlay? Like, is it just my face, or do you, like, am I supposed to screen record the song and like overlay it so that you can, you know, see side by side the video and my face? Like, is there anything more to it, or is it just my face reaction? I watched Spider-Man last night. I loved it. The thing is, I hate that, like, for some reason I must have engaged with one Spider-Man post or something, and now most of my feed is Spider-Man Brand New Day stuff, and I've seen some spoilers, like, without me even wanting to. Like, I must have lingered too long. Like, I haven't been looking it up. I haven't been looking. I haven't been, like, seeking after it. But there must have been one post that I saw of, like, someone's review of Brand New Day, and now, like, probably 40% of my feed is about Brand New Day, and I've seen some unintentional spoilers in some of the posts. Not massive spoilers, but I guess I don't know what a massive spoiler would be since I haven't seen the movie, but face and screen recording overlay, we'll edit it in. Okay, that's why you avoid social media. Yeah, true. That's, I mean, you're smarter than me. I've been using social media. It's like, it seems like if you even, like, again, I never looked it up. Like, I never used the TikTok search bar to be like, you know, what happens in Brand New Day. Like, I think it must have just been one post that was recommended. I must have just engaged with it, maybe swiped a couple slides enough to the point where it's like, all right, let's recommend him a bunch of other reels about this, and now I can't seem to get them away. Everyone's smarter than me. Wait, what does that have anything to do? Oh yeah, I mentioned that. I mean, fair enough, but how about you, Fenrir? Have you seen it? What the? Okay, that's fine. We only fell back here. I mean, there's no way that we'll... I mean, there shouldn't be any way that we end the stream with less progress than when we started, right? I guess we... Probably not. But, like, if we did fall again, it is possible that we could end the... Okay, hold on. That we could end the stream with less progress than where we started. I suppose it's not unusual. Like, I suppose if someone's pushing trophies in Clash, there's probably lots of times where they lose more trophies than they gain. But let's try to... Try not to have my mind on the negative right now. Started the stream 10 minutes ago talking about ending. No, okay, I wasn't. I mean, I'm not talking about ending soon. I'm just saying it's like it's possible that we could. Right now we're in the red as far as progress, so I'm like, when we do end, I suppose it's possible that we have less progress, but we still have good ways to go. Let's click that. It would be really fun. I'm thinking like it would be a lot of fun if this game was 2 players somehow. Like I don't know how the dynamics would go as far as like I don't think you can help out the other egg, but if there was another egg that you were climbing with and it was like a transparent egg that you couldn't hit or run into, you could like climb with your friends. I know there's other games that have a dynamic like that. I think there's one that's called Peak, and it's another kind of climbing game that I think is multiplayer. I think in that one though, you might be like carried together or tied together or something, but I know there's other climbing games that are kind of like it, but this is just solo, which it's still fun, but I do like multiplayer games. How much do I play video games a day? It's mostly, I mean, as far as like PC games, it's pretty much only when I'm streaming. Like, it's not very often at all that I'll play a PC game outside of the stream. I'll usually, if I play a game, it's like 99% of the time it's just Clash Royale after stream. Like that's maybe the one other game that I'll play a little bit of, but it's pretty much just the time that I'm streaming. Like, yeah, it's not often that I'll hop on Minecraft or just play this in my free time. So that's why a lot of times what you guys are seeing on stream is pretty much the extent of how much I've played the game outside of it. Let's see. Did anyone play the World's Hardest Game? That was the original Rage Bait game. I think, was that the one that was on, I don't know if it was on Cool Math Games or something else, but is that the one where you're like the blue square or whatever, and you have to avoid the yellow dots? Or is that, am I thinking of something else? It was on computer, you have to, you have to control the square, you have to beat each level, but they get harder and harder. Yeah, I do remember playing that one. I have no idea what level I made it to. I don't think I ever beat the game, but I might have played it on Cool Math Games or something, but I do remember that. I remember that being difficult for sure. Like, again, I don't think I played it. Like, I was never like a diehard of like, I have to beat this game, but I remember a decent amount of time into playing it, I think. And I remember getting, probably, if I had to guess, I probably got at least halfway through, but I never made it like super close to the end. How about you? Did you ever beat it? Or were you always kind of, or like not quite? What about Flappy Bird? I remember playing a bit of Flappy Bird. The games that I kind of, like the first games that I ever really remember were games that were on my dad's phone. Like, I can't even remember the name of some of them, but I think, I mean, you're a bit older than me, so maybe you'll remember. But the first games I ever remember playing, probably, I would say, I can't even remember if it was probably around the same time as when we had a Wii. Like, Fenrir, before you bring up the Wii, I'm not dragging it, this is just for reference, like, the Wii was one of the first games that I remember playing. I don't know if this was before that, or if it was right around the same time as that. But like when I was really, really young, I would play games, like me and my younger brother would ask to use our dad's phone to play games. And the first ones that I remember, pretty much the first game I remember was Crush the Castle. It was pretty much the inspiration behind the Angry Birds game, which we also played on my dad's phone. But like Crush the Castle was pretty much the first game that I remember playing with the trebuchet, and like I remember that game being peak. Like I love that game. And then Angry Birds came a little bit later. And then there was like an aviation game where you were like a miniature plane. Like you were a little plane. This is probably a long shot that you'll remember the game. I don't remember what it was called, but I remember you were like a little plane, and you could choose between like a bomber or a fighter jet, and you would have to do little missions, but you were miniature, so you were flying around like in a room. There would be like a couch and a desk, and like you'd be inside of a room, but you'd be this little jet going around. I think you either had to like fly through rings. There might have been dogfights with other, like with a computer plane maybe. But yeah, you were this miniature plane that would fly around. Okay, you know what? This is where we fell to the first time. But heard more about the Wii from than seeing any females. Like I said, I'm not LARPing the Wii. It was just like for reference. Like, it was relevant. It was relevant info. Cause man, we just keep falling farther and farther. Today is not our day. First game you played was the Nintendo NES. I've never that must have been a console, right? I think, was that the one that like came right before the Wii? I don't know if that was the one that came right before it, but yeah, I never played or had one of those consoles. Okay, can we get in the bucket? Okay. Oh, that's all good. Let's try to catch the next one. Oh, that was not it. Okay. Came out in 1983. Yeah, that's earlier than I would have guessed. It was 5 or 6. Your grandma had that console. That's the reason why it's the first one you ever played. Dang, the concept of time is before Wii or after Wii. Okay, no, that was another relevant question because he was talking about a console that he grew up on. So I'm like, 1984 was peak. Fenrir, you're acting like you weren't even conceived, acting like you were conceived at that point. Oh man, not again. Alright, well, this is just going from bad to worse. But was the I'm guessing the GameCube came out after that, because like I remember when we went to our grandparents' house. This was probably like in the 2010s, like early 2010s. We went to our grandparents' house, and I don't think they had bought one. I think it was maybe like our aunt and uncle who had brought over their console. They had brought over like a GameCube to play. We played like the 007 game on the GameCube quite a bit during a particular family reunion. I'm assuming that came probably in like the 90s maybe? Oh, it came out in 2001. Oh, okay. I guess a little bit later. I was just thinking if the Wii came out it must have come out in 2008 or something, maybe later. I know it came kind of before the Wii, but I don't remember how much before it was. But yeah, I think it was, I don't know exactly what it was called, but it was a 007 game that you would play on the game. You could play it with other people, and you could like have these little battles where you would fight. Bro, I'm gonna be honest, my my mental state is going from is going from not great to worse. It's like we keep falling just a little bit more each time. All right, well. It's like we aren't having these massive falls. We're just falling like level by level, losing all of our progress slowly. I'm not sure I'm not thinking about the Nintendo 64, because that's the 007 we all played and went against each other. I don't know. Here, let me look it up real quick. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure it was GameCube. Let's see. GameCube 007 game. Looks like there's a couple. It might have been the... I don't know if it was the... There's like Nightfire, there's Agent Under Fire. I feel like... It looks like it was maybe... Huh, it doesn't really... look like Nightfire, but I'm pretty sure it was... What is it? You said the Nintendo 64. Let me look that up. Yeah, it wasn't that. Because it wasn't played on those controllers. It didn't look like that. It was a GameCube. I don't know if it was... I don't know if we played the Nightfire one or something else, but I do remember it being the... Like, I don't remember even doing any missions there. Like, it's not like we did the single player mission mode where, like, it was just... We always played the multiplayer... try to just shoot each other mode. That's what we played. So GoldenEye was the game I'm thinking of. Really? Bro, this cannot be real. Where even are we? I guess we'll go over here. Okay, I mean, you know what? This is all right. At least we could have fallen further, but at least now we're... Yeah. I'm sorry if you guys... I mean, you know what? Hopefully you guys have just become accustomed to not great gameplay. Like, hopefully if you've watched Clash, like the Clash content, hopefully you guys are just accustomed to hopefully you guys were not expecting good game. I know Fenrir wasn't. Fenrir was not expecting good gameplay. But hopefully you guys are just used to it by now. That way you're not too disappointed by this. Because this is... I feel like we made pretty good progress last time, but then for some reason we're struggling. So you said it was GoldenEye. Really? Let me look it up. Was that available on the... It looks... I don't know. The GoldenEye, there is a GameCube version of it. I feel like, now that I'm looking at it... Huh. I don't know, it almost seems like it was one of the... I'm pretty sure I remember it being... I thought I remember James Bond being on the cover of it. So I thought it was either GoldenEye or Nightfire, just because he's on the cover of one of those. The kind of the cover for the... Let's wait. The cover for the Rogue One doesn't... Or the GoldenEye doesn't look familiar. I mean, I could be wrong. This was years ago, but... Okay. Let's see, GoldenEye 007 is where it was free for all and team deathmatch. Okay. What's up, Rima? Could have been Nightfire. Hey, I don't remember there being... Like, I forget exactly how it was structured. I don't remember there being, like, an official deathmatch. There's no way we're stuck, right? I don't remember there being an official death match as far as like it wasn't real established. Like there wasn't like a kill counter and the first team to reach a certain kill count won. Like I don't remember there being a specific deathmatch mode. I just remember, I don't know, I remember it being kind of unstructured a little bit. So, like there wasn't a scoreboard or anything. It was just kind of like you can play as long as you'd like, kill other people as much as you'd like. That's at least what I remember. But again, my memory, you guys know my memory is not great. For some reason, I probably will have dementia when I grow up. Like it seems like I'm practically having dementia now with certain things. So wouldn't be surprised if I'm just wrong and I'm missing a key detail or something. But all good. How are you? I'm doing okay today. I'm not doing fantastic. Rima. Also, how's it going? How's it going, M1? Over on Instagram. Yeah, I would say I'm doing. Can we stay in the steam? Oh, we can. Okay, I don't know how we didn't get blown off there. But anyway, how are you? Sounds like you're doing all good, Rima. Anyone ever play Splitters for PS2? I've never heard of that game. But so I mean, SK streamed today. SK good guy. What were people saying? Like, are the majority of people like troll commenting in his stream, or were most of them still pretty supportive? Because I know in a lot of, it seems like a lot of Mo Light's recent videos have just been filled entirely with people calling him out and, you know, making minor jokes. Is that the same case with his, or is it a little bit different there? Okay, I don't know how we were pretty much on the home stretch of that. Troll commenting, we're getting timed out or banned. Okay, so what, there were 5 people watching when it was all said and done, and one of them was Noob and one of them was Grotz 2.0, I'm assuming. Was Noob there? It seems like something that he would, seems like a stream that he would be in for sure, but maybe take a little break. I mean, that's probably a good idea, honestly. We've made less progress than we've gained. We have fallen more than we've climbed. So, I mean, could be a good idea to take a break, but on the other hand, we've only been going for, you know, half an hour, so why are people calling him out? You got caught texting minors? Yes, there were. I think it was like him and is it just him and Mo Light, pretty much? But like both of them have been called out for doing that. So, Larp Bruin's always there. Okay, so others were commenting about Expo Witch. Is that where Noob met the guy? Because Noob, he like sent me a video, or he left a comment to watch a video from like Larp Bruin. It's by another person, right? Like Larp Bruin is not Noob, but is that where he met? Is that where he met Noob? Because it sounds like Larp Bruin made a song that Noob came up with. You can't support people who text minors like that. You have kids, you definitely don't like that. I'm sorry to tell you, Danny, but that's a joke, obviously. Didn't happen. I was just kidding. You thought they were the same person? I thought, from what, I don't know, they could be. From what I understand, I just remember, like, Noob left a comment saying, Alright guys, looks like we're ending stream early today. He left me a comment saying like... He left me a comment saying like... Also, can we... It's probably just safer to go up this way. But he left a comment saying like, look at this channel, LARP Ruin, he made a video that I came up with or whatever. The way that he worded it, it made it sound like they were not the same. Because like he essentially said, hey, this guy that I met made a video that I came up with. So it could, I suppose it could be new, but I thought I also remember seeing, like I thought there were comments on the video, and I thought LARP Ruin responded to them, and it didn't sound like Noob at all, so I'm like, I just assumed it was just someone who had seen Noob quite a bit, and maybe was somewhat of a fan of him, like maybe they'd seen him in other live streams or something, so, but I guess anything's possible. It could be Noob, it didn't sound like him. So I know there's a couple people that comment on some of his art, you know, that are big fans of it, so maybe it's one of them. What's up, gameplay? Liam, welcome back. Used to respect SK555, but you have zero respect for him now? I mean, yeah, that's completely understandable. Sometimes all it takes is one massive screw up like that, and people can lose all respect for you. Okay, I guess we gotta... be a little bit patient. Okay. Would love to make some progress today. Did SK55 do something terrible like Mo Light? Yes, I think they were kind of... It almost seemed... I don't know how it worked. It seemed like they were almost called out or exposed, like at this... No, don't fall between the gears. Get up, Egg. Okay. There's no... Okay, I was gonna say, there's no way we're falling all the way back to the coop. We've pretty much fallen one whole level. Like, this is the very start of the factory. We started at the very start of the shop, so we've pretty much lost probably about a third of our progress today in a matter of 40 minutes. But you're back. You just had 2 Oreo shakes. It upset your stomach. Dang, 2 of them? Did you make them yourself? Like, did you home make them, or did you run out somewhere real quick and grab them, like from McDonald's or something? He's also talking about having it in several accounts, different names. The thing is, the whole thing is started by Nate. He was salty, didn't get a top finish with Hero Dark Prince, and he started releasing stuff. Ah, okay. So like, I mean that's kind of a bad look on him as well, though, right? If he had information about what these guys were doing, and he like didn't really release it until after he was salty, like that's not a great look either, right? No, we can't fall. Okay, right now. Alright. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say the exact same thing as Danny, as far as like makes him just as guilty if he knew and was like only keeping it a secret for them until he got upset about something. Like, that's... Nate started all the drama? Dang. Hopefully he doesn't have any details about me on there. kidding. But I didn't actually know that. I didn't know that he was the one that kind of... How did he even know, though? Like, are these his friends? That, like, they had told him? But, like, even if you are friends or you know someone, why would you tell them that you're texting something inappropriate to someone underage? Like did he know through the, like, through some other means? I don't really know the whole situation. All I know is that, like, SK and Mo Light were both kind of exposed and called out, but you just called Chris Hansen on me? No. Alright, well, if you guys hear a knock on my door, then gonna have to be an early end today. Gonna be an early end. Whoa, yeah, it's all around here. Oh, that was not the play. I need a top finish for that, so I'm safe for eternity. Oh, really? Okay. Safe for eternity. That's... So I can never get better, I guess. I'm just doomed to be... I mean, it's like part of me thinks that you're gonna be right. Like, as far as... I don't think I'm... Like, I don't know if I would ever... Because, like, in order to get a top 10k finish, you have to want it. Like, no one gets a top 10k finish, or a top 5k, or a top 1k, or whatever, if they don't want it. Like you, Fenrir, you had a goal to get top 10k finish. You wanted it, you got top 10k finish. I don't know if it's ever something that I'll even want, just because that I know in order to do it, I'll just have to be spending hours and hours and hours playing a game that I don't like playing most of the time. So it's like, I don't know if there's, honestly, I don't know if there's anything that Clash can do at this point to make me like the game anymore. Seems like they've kind of, it seems like it's almost beyond repair. So, like, I don't know if I'm ever even going to want a top finish, just because that I know in order to get there, I'm going to have to spend hours and hours. I'll also have to probably, you know, max or almost max whatever is meta, which most likely means spending money, because most of my cards are level, you know, 13 and 14 at the moment. And it's like, don't really want to spend money on it either. So I don't know. You're probably right in the sense that I probably will not ever get a top finish. So what's up, Sherlock? Sherlock on your mom's account? Guess this person named after Charlotte Holmes is in the chat. Nice. You want top 10k as well? Gotta improve. Wait, so you've never gotten top 10k gameplay, but you want it? That's true. It's like, yeah, I just don't know if I just don't know if it's gonna be something that I want. Cause it's like, I just know it's gonna be just not enjoyable to get there, and I don't think it'll be worth it once I get there. Like, getting to Ultimate Champion was... Like, when I got to Ultimate Champion, I still somewhat enjoyed the game. Like, this is when I think Heroes had just come out. Like, I think Hero 9, like, I believe the basic Heroes... Okay, we are not taking the bait. Yes, there's an egg on the outside that will give us a new skin, but we risk falling all the way down, almost to the start. So we're not gonna take it just for a cosmetic egg skin. You agree with Fenrir? You can do it. Oh, I missed Fenrir's message. You said, what's with the negativity? If you could, I can. I mean, I believe I could. I just, like, I wouldn't be able to play with, like, with the Golem deck that I have, it's not really meta at all. So, I mean, could I get top 10k with that? Maybe if I played exceptionally well with it, but none of the cards are like very strong. Especially for, like, Furnace is there. Furnace is probably going to be nearly dead next season because the spirits are not even going to reach the tower. So it's like there's a lot of cards that are not meta at all, but they're like my highest level support cards as far as Mini P.E.K.K.A, Furnace, Baby Dragon. So I could try maybe looking up what other, maybe there's other, I don't think there would be other beatdown decks that use it, because I mean, it's just a lot of the cards that I have max are not strong right now. Like I think I have Dark Goblin almost max, but that only really works in, I think I even have Evo Dark Goblin, but you guys know Evo Dark Goblin is not super strong right now. It only really works in log bait, which I don't really have a lot of the other log bait-ish cards very high level. I think Valkyrie's 13 or 14, so it's like I just don't know. Like I have to max out the cards somehow, but on the other hand, it's like the amount that I'm, and like I play Clash daily, I would say, but like the flow at which I'm getting in wild cards and gold, like at the rate that I'm getting it, it's gonna take a while to kind of upgrade a deck. And even when I do kind of land on a deck to max, it kind of changes from season to season. So I just haven't found a real consistently good deck. Like there are some decks that seem like they perform pretty well consistently. I don't know. One day can we get a cat reveal? We actually did. Also welcome Erling. We did introduce the cat several days ago on stream. So Ollie's here. What's up, Ollie? Like I don't know. There's some decks that seem like they perform consistently well. Like Recruits, the Recruits Pigs deck that you use, Fenrir, it seems like it's one of them. Like it's not like there's really a bad meta for those. Like those are kind of in meta now. I've seen and heard of people in, you know, kind of top ladder using that, as well as in the lower. Like Recruits is a very used deck. Seems like it's been very used for a while, so it's like that's one that's kind of consistently good, it seems like. Whereas the Golem deck that I used was strong for about 2 seasons before they nerfed everything in it. And now they just keep nerfing Golem, so even though my Golem is maxed, right, Healer is getting a nerf to pretty much be nearly dead. So it's like I just don't know. Like I believe I could get to Ultimate Champion if I wanted to, but I just don't want to, because I know that in order to get there it's gonna take either money or a ton of time playing a game that doesn't make me feel good, or most likely both. So I'm like, I don't know. Lloyd, you want to 1v1 in Clash? If you want to, have you been in the streams before, or is this your first time here? If you want to join that, we have a clan that you can join if you'd like, and we could 1v1 there if you wanted. The clan name is just, it's Squash Fam is the name of the clan. I didn't even realize we have to go through this mixing bowl segment again. No, if you guys were here for the last egging on stream, I kid you not, it took us a whole hour to get through this section. Maybe not quite, maybe it was like 50 minutes, but it took us nearly an hour to get through this part. If you guys want to sign off the stream now, I totally understand, because this section was long and hard last time. We do kind of know somewhat how to beat it now. Like we've beaten it before, so. But I just remember last time we attempted it, it took probably about an hour to beat this part. And for some reason we're beating it on the first go. Okay, no, I can't jinx it. Maybe it'll be better now that we've beaten it and kind of know how to beat it, but let's see. One day, could I on stream go to Google Maps, look at everyone in the stream's houses? People can put their postcode. Wait, what do you mean? As in, like, look up, like, people who are watching the stream's houses? Seems a little invasive. Or are you talking about something else? Okay, hold on. No, 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 no. Alright, well, we're making better progress than we did last time. But... okay. Come on. Okay, let's hang out here. Let me see. I'm sure I've missed a lot of messages. I think they took away their codes like they did with Mo. When is members only? I'm not sure. I'm not sure when I'll release like a new tier for members and have members only videos and whatnot, but that'll most likely come at some point. There'll likely be another tier. Stir Gamer's here. What's up, Stir Gamer? No, you mean looking at their house? I mean, that still seems a little like, who would want to do, like, no one, like, just based on a poll, I'm guessing no one would want to, I'm guessing no one would want that, right? No one would want their, like, I'm sure no one here would offer up their house address just so that we could look at their house, right? Because that, it just seems like, I mean, I get the idea of like seeing where everyone lives, but on the other hand, that's kind of a private, like, I wouldn't want my address or home on the internet. But what are you guys talking about? I mean, Sherlock mentioned that maybe we should, like, for a stream, see where everyone lives, like look at their houses, and I'm like, I just thought that would be a little intrusive. Like, I'm sure we could do other things that are interactive and involve, hold on, and involve learning about other people without seeing where they live necessarily. Good idea if you have enemies like me. You be chill with it, you be chill. I mean, okay, I mean, I understand that, Sherlock. I just think the majority of people probably, like, including myself, wouldn't love that. But if you come up with another idea for something that we can do that would involve learning more about other people, like, I'd be all for that. There's probably just better ways to go about it. But okay, let's, no. Now we're making less progress than when we did when we started. Okay. The whole grand scheme of things, it's a video game. Are you guys talking about, like, whether or not they should ban these creators? Honestly, like, I would not be surprised if they just never did. Like, it does seem like, you guys know Clash, it does seem like they're kind of, they're greedy, and it seems like they'll kind of do whatever to have their visibility and their revenue be as high as possible. And so I don't know if they would ever remove them from the game, because that would mean that they'd have to not play the game anymore, which, that's a big part of the views. That's a big part of the reason why people, you know, play Clash or just play games, is because of a creator that they like. To be fair, there's probably not a whole lot of people that like or support the creator afterwards, but it's still, I don't know. I would be somewhat surprised if Clash did that, just because there's not a whole lot of Clash W's. So Stir Gamer, you're wondering what Clash did? I think I've been following along a tiny bit, but from what I understand, they're talking about whether or not Supercell should have banned these creators that were called out for heinous actions, and I would be surprised if I don't think they've banned anyone yet, but you have to go for Scouts, Johannes. Sounds good. Hopefully you have a good time. I remember when I was in Boy Scouts. Those were I enjoyed Boy Scouts. It was fun. I still remember a couple of the Pinewood Derbies we did. I might actually still have a couple of cars that I made for that. I don't know where they're at, but there's like a box of childhood things that I have that we might still have the Pinewood Derby cars that I built for a couple of them at least. Okay, let's focus because we're pretty much on the tail end of this section. Okay, I didn't even realize we can like hang out here. Okay. Okay. That's pretty good. We're here at this part. This is the last section. As long as we don't fall off here, then okay. Thank goodness we'll head back up to the shop. This is where we were when we started the stream. So it's been an hour. We fell all the way down, but at least now we're at the same point as when we started. So Mongiro, are you heading out? You have to go, it's getting late. Alright. Sounds good. Hopefully you're able to sleep well, Mongiro. They stream SK or Mo? I think Mo does sometimes. I think both of them do sometimes, from my understanding. But I would not be surprised if they haven't streamed it all recently. Because, like, I would imagine if Mo or SK goes... It sounds like SK went live just... What, just really recently, because you said you were in the live stream, right, Rima? So I wouldn't be surprised if they stream like little to none now that they've kind of been exposed. Wouldn't be surprised if they did that because they, you know, worried about their comments just being filled with people trolling them. So, but I know that they used to. Like I've seen a couple of Mo Lights live streams, like not while they were live, but I've often watched like replays of his live streams because there's been some really clutch games in them. So like several months ago when I was more into Clash, I would watch him, but don't know if he still does or if he's kind of been doing it less. You've been saying this for so long, we need an Among Us video or stream. The thing is that would be fun. This, again, the only issue that I have is figuring out how do I hide my role from everyone else's. Like, that's the only reason why I haven't done it yet. Just because if I'm playing with people in the stream and they're watching the stream, my role is never a secret. So like, if we can, maybe it's something that we do, like Umaima brought up, you're still here with dark circles and sleepy eyes. Are you able to go to sleep, Umaima? Like, have you tried? Also, empanadas, welcome. You don't speak English? That's okay. Hola. I know that much. But are you able to go to sleep, Umaima? Or is it like, if you try to go to sleep, does it not... Are you not able to? What was I mentioning? Oh yeah, I was gonna say about the Among Us thing. I was thinking that that could be something that Umaima brought up. I think in the last stream or the one before that. I think it was yesterday's stream that one of the little perks that could be available to members is like weekly gameplay, in the sense that like everyone, like for members there could be a day or week or something that you guys vote on a game that you'd like to play, and we could like, I don't know if we would hop on a call or if we would just play, but like I've never been a huge fan of calls, but obviously that's a big, like even with my own family I'm like something about calling. But like she brought up maybe having a game that we play together either weekly or something. It's like Among Us could be one of those games where we could play that together, and if I'm not streaming, then my role is not just going to be revealed to everyone. So make tiers, make more members exclusive content. All right, I gotta find something to make like members exclusive content about. Like maybe, you know what? Maybe, I don't know if this would be a good idea, because I don't know how it would work with streaming. I have really thought recently about getting a also thank you KM for the gifts. I have thought about getting a part-time job somewhere, because like again, I don't know how that would work because I normally stream right in the middle of the day. So like if I get a part-time job, I don't know how that would work with streaming. But like I have thought about doing that, and maybe if it's an interesting enough job, like I'm not thinking like just a cashier job. Like I would probably look for you know, a job that would be somewhat like, maybe if it's interesting enough, I could potentially I could possibly document the job or something, or make IRL content about stuff at the workplace. Like that's at least something that might work. Like again, if it was a really bland job like restocking shelves or something, then that would probably not be interesting enough to watch. But again, I don't know how that would work. The only thing that's kind of holding me back is that it would definitely affect what I'm doing now, as far as I usually make videos in the evening. So like I don't know if I could get an evening job without having to make videos another time. But if I get a job that is kind of works in the middle of the day, then obviously I stream right in the middle of the day, so maybe I don't know. It would definitely, if I got a part-time job, it would definitely affect the stream. There would definitely probably be less streams, or for less often. I don't need a part-time job when Fenrir is my lover and will take good care of me. Fenrir is a student, so Fenrir has expenses and bills to pay, so as much as I love Fenrir, he's also in a spot where he needs money for other things. So whatever you do, you'll always support me. Thank you, Uma. All of you said yes. Is that yes for the part-time job? I don't know exactly what it would be, but I was thinking, I don't know if I like, I've always been interested in like crime and forensics. If I got a job, if I was able to get like an entry-level part-time job in that field, I don't even know if I'd be allowed to make videos on it though. Like I would assume with forensics and crime scene and that sort of thing, I would assume you're not allowed to like video it. Like obviously you can't video the crime scene or the body or anything like that. Like I'm sure there's restrictions on what you can do when it comes to that, but that's been something that's always interested me. So if I were to get a part-time job, that's probably the first place where I would look. Criminal entry level. I mean, what's the pay? Depending on are we actually gonna make it? We are. Hold on. This is the farthest we've made it. Okay. Hold on. This is a new personal best. This section above us might kill us. I remember the section above us being a nightmare. But let's give it our best shot. I think there is a gap in one of the fan blades, right? I thought there was a fan that was missing. Yeah. Where? I guess not. Okay. Guess we just have to look for a big enough gap. That's probably one. Okay. Well, thankfully we didn't fall far at all, but the bad news is I don't think there's a way back. Let's try going here. Oh, look at that, we can push the milk. Okay, that's about as far as we can. That's about as far as we can go there. Let's just wing it. Okay. It's not too bad. Okay, we didn't lose that much progress there. Anyway, hope I don't fall. Yeah, I mean, look at that. If we fall off that ledge right there, it's all the way down to the next level for us. And it's kind of at an awkward place where I don't know if it's above. Like when we fell last time, we were lucky enough to fall not far on the other level, but I guess you can control the egg in the air to an extent, but I think we got a little bit lucky with the last fall because we fell to the next. Holy, we were about an inch away from being back at the last level. Really hope I fall all the way back down. Okay, you hope I don't fall. All right. What, Fenrir, I completely even missed your message. Collecting semen from crime scene? Come on. Rob a sperm bank. Why does everything have to be about sperm? Like, is there anything that you would like to bring up that doesn't involve that? Fall down, smash the keyboard with my head, and then drop kick my computer to clip farm. I mean, I suppose that's a strategy. I suppose I could just become a Jinxie clone. We all agree with Fenrir. Uma was there in the Horror Zoo game. Oh wait, I never played the Horror Zoo game. Or whatever the hippo. Oh, that's right. I haven't played it again since that one time. Fenrir, were you there? But I mean, Uma was one of the big ones that was like pushing to play it again. I haven't. But is that something that I should? Oh, we're cooked. Please don't fall. Okay, we didn't fall too far. We haven't played that game again, but honestly, I still don't even know how to. Like, I haven't watched a video on it either. Like, I didn't watch a video on how we're supposed to properly cure. I still don't know how to. I still don't know what we were doing wrong, but I remember for like most of the stream, we were just kind of winging it because we had never seen anything about the game, and I was just kind of. I was winging it for most of the stream, and I'm pretty sure we ended up having to fight an infected animal every time because we were doing it wrong. What's going on? You're back. Randy Orton is back with the Fenrir and Josh profile pic. You love Jimmy's profile pic? Is that the me as a thug one? Jimmy actually sent me a Discord message of another AI image of me running from the cops. So, yep, I guess that is me. I'm a thug now. I'm now a wanted criminal. I guess I took Rima up on the entry-level criminal thing. Maybe he said it as a joke, but I guess that's what I am now. But the pay is pretty good, depending on what bank or convenience store you rob. Shout out, you guys remember when we played GTA more often, right? And we would always rob like every time we'd go to a convenience store, there would always be like either an Indian or an Asian working. I think we ran into a white person one time, but every time in GTA when we went into a store, it was... And there was that one Indian that like fired back on us. There was that one that ended up, I think he actually like, he might have shot and killed us one time. And then I think we had to go back and like get revenge on him. But I think there was one that ended up pulling out. Like I remember one store that we robbed. He pulled out like an Uzi from under the desk, or from under the register, and blew us sky high. And so we had to go back and get our get back at him. Okay, let's. This is a tough part, but at least we're like in the green now. Like as far as overall stream progress, at least we're not in the red like we were for most of it. Okay. Okay. Oh, we almost had it. Too many Indians in your stream, by the way. Only me at the moment, and me, yes. Can't forget Ollie. Alright, let's go with that. You're from Arizona. Definitely not. Oh no, that was actually looking good for the first half of that. Okay. You know, even if we're on this section, even if we're on this particular section for 30 minutes, as long as we don't fall back down, I am more than happy with that. As long as we keep just falling here and only falling here, that's probably a win. Up, not line up like that. Also, what are these? I haven't even realized what are these. What are these cans? Ego beans. Ego beans. Eating them increases your ego. Dang, Ollie sent a ton of jewels. Thank you, W. Ollie. Sent an Unk alert. An Unk alert. An Unk alert for Unk Josh. Thank you, Ollie. Okay, hold on. Oh man, that was not it. That was not it. I actually got like a little. It flashed the little Unk alert on my screen. I guess I am. I mean, I am technically an uncle. There is one nephew, and another one on the way. So I used to not be an unk as of a couple of years ago, but now I am. All super chats are going to Femboy Development Fund. Definitely not. We're not becoming a. Not planning on being a femboy anytime soon. If you fall, you have to buy tickets to Japan and then become a judo pro. Winning a gold medal at a tournament and only in the interviews say my subscribers motivated me. Okay, hold on. Let's just hold on for 1 second. Okay, we're here again. The farthest we've made it is to this fan. So, dang, Ollie again with another Unk Alert. Thank you, Ollie. More close to being a sumo pro. I really didn't think I was that fat, but fair enough. Yeah, big W's. Thank you, Ollie. How are we doing in I haven't logged on to Clash in a little while. How are we doing in Clan Wars? I think from what I've realized for the past couple of Clan Wars, it seems like we're entering slightly steeper competition. Like, I've realized we haven't gotten first as easily as we have in previous wars. Also, we're just gonna give it a go here. Okay, there we go. I think we're, what's our rank? Like gold something? I just remember when we, like, I think the past 2 Clan Wars, it seems like I don't think we've gotten first. I think we got like 2nd and 3rd. So I'm like, honestly, I play Clan Wars. I play Clan Wars just for you, just because you want us to succeed. So usually when I log on to Clash in the afternoon for like after streams, it's usually the first thing I do. Yeah, it did get more difficult. I think we're at, I don't know what league we're at, but I think it's, aren't we at like 2,400? 2,400, what do they call, medallions or whatever? It definitely does. It definitely did seem like the competition increased, because I'm like, it seemed like we used to win first kind of easily, and now it's a bit more of a struggle. Do I mean the clan or the clan for the second account? My main clan. So the Respect Women one that I'm in, it's I joined it a while ago, pretty much when I first started Clash. Also, we are just gonna, this is, I swear that these, it said that the hardest difficulty only just meant like no checkpoints, but it actually is more difficult, because I know for a fact one of the fan blades was missing last time we played. Now all the fan blades are here, so it's like they tell you it's only no checkpoints. It just says no checkpoints, hardest difficulty, but some of the obstacles are a bit more difficult as well, because there's much less space to jump, where before it was pretty easy. All right, now we're on the Costco rotisserie chicken looking thing. Jimmy, Kath has some interesting messages. Yeah, that's I believe that is Sherlock on his mom's account, because I think he mentioned he got like either logged out or he wasn't able to access his other account, so I think he's using his mom's account. But Ollie sent more jewels. Thank you, Ollie. Sent a high five. W Noob is back as well. Welcome back, Noob. I did see your Three Musketeers art before stream. Nice job, I liked it. What other comments did you leave that I missed? What's up? Of course, what is it? Of course I am not stir. Really? Of course you're not stir? Sounds awfully suspicious to me. Ollie again sent a W for jewels. Danny gifted memberships. Thank you, Danny and Ollie. Sherlock actually received one. Sherlock, do you have access to that account? I know you're on your mom's, but you got gifted a membership from Danny. So if you're able to log back into the Cordelia account, Danny gifted you a membership there. Danny, don't give me a membership. Noob, he's not able to control who the membership goes to. It gets assigned at random. So he's not in control of that. When will Stir receive one? Honestly, probably really soon, considering that he just said F Danny? Dang, yeah, that's not respectful at all. I must have missed that, but noob, you can't be saying that. Considering that Stir has so many different accounts. Come on. Okay, that was actually, I don't think we made it through first go. This is the part that I mean, this is it. I think that drone over there is going to take us, I believe, to the next section. So as long as we can reach that drone, swing across this light successfully, I think we'll get there. The problem is that I remember this took us a good amount of time last time. Like, I remember falling off this lamp many times. But it's pretty much just one obstacle between us and the next... level. Look at Sir Gamer's account. It's Josh with some huzz. Hold on, I gotta see this. Ollie sent another W. Speaking of W's, W Ollie. Thank you, I really appreciate that. Elias, you want me to play Clash? That'll be soon. We'll play Clash. Let me look at this. Of course, I am not Stir account, because normally the profile pictures are too small to see. But if I hit go to channel, okay, there's me with a couple of girls. Let's get this loaded back. All right, let's continue. You're still asking for the... You're saying if I fall, I have to go to Japan. I mean, kind of an ambitious... It's kind of a lot to do for falling in a mobile game, but I think... Let's switch to this. I think this is probably the right... Okay, here we go. Okay, let's hang out here. We did it. How do we do that first go? It took us forever last time. Okay, that is huge. It's of course it's... I remember last time we fell back to this section several times, but we're there. I think we're... Is it the kitchen next? If we're going to the kitchen, that's... I think that's the next section. That's a pretty big step forward. All right. Randy Orton is back. I actually am curious. I'm assuming Randy Orton is just Stir Gamer as well, right? Especially since... I mean, Stir Gamer seems to make... I think this is the kitchen. Especially since Stir Gamer seems to make all the alts, but I think others have made alts before as well, like Nathan. Nathan's not here, but I think Nathan's made a couple alts before. Who's Stir Gamer? You're Randy Orton. I mean, with all these alts, it's only a matter of time before Stir Gamer gets gifted a membership on one of them. He's probably got... How many does he have? He's probably got like 15, right? 15 alts, maybe? Maybe that's a bit too much, but he's got a lot of them. Also, where do we... Hold on, this looks a bit different. I don't remember it looking like this. Before, I think there was like a box here that you jumped on to get up to that ice. Yeah, okay, I guess that's just... I guess the harder difficulty took away the box. We're gonna have to find another way up. Because... I mean, is this the way up? Can we? I don't think we can make that. I don't think we can make that jump, can we? Maybe we can. No, we can't. How do we? I don't know how we get up here. This is... It's different than last time. Randy Orton would never say that he's Randy Orton. Yes, he also probably wouldn't have a profile pic of me and Fenrir. No, you have 17 alts. I was going to guess. Yeah, it was probably between 15 and 20. You asked when I move into UAE? Oh, I must have missed that. I don't know, but I mean, definitely not like super soon, like in the next year. I mean, nothing too soon. But the fact that there's very little tax on anything, and you said it feels like most things are free, like it's appealing for sure. So I mean, I a lot of times I'm trolling or joking, but like I would actually consider moving somewhere outside the US like that, because it sounds like US, there's definitely perks to living here, but there's also perks to living in a lot of other places as well. I don't think we're doing this the right way. I'm assuming we don't go up here. Any ideas on how we can get up? It almost seems like you can get up this way by jumping here and then there, and then like jumping the ice up there, but I don't... Surely there's got to be another way. They aren't taking chud applications yet. Alright. Try to adjust a little bit. Okay. It's going to be difficult because we're going to have to... Yeah, we have to change from like sideways here to sideways here. We have to kind of change direction, which is not the easiest thing to do. Okay, let's rotate here. Come on. Okay, that was so far the farthest we've gotten yet. Fenrir, nice pick with Josh. Getting touched at the airport. Okay. Getting touched, not by me though. Took this picture at the airport restroom. Also no. I mean, there's got to be another way up. Surely we don't have to climb our way up all of this ice. There's got to be another way. Maybe let's look for another way. I don't know if there's gonna be one, but I mean, it's pretty much just this, which it looks like you should be able to... I don't know how you get up there, because like we tried jumping from this box. I think it's way too far away. I guess that's really the only way to get up. That stinks. This is like an obstacle that didn't take us almost any time at all in the last game, but it's probably going to take us a bit longer in this one. You have to go, Narima? Sounds good. Have a good weekend. Umaima, you hope you don't mind me mentioning this, but it's generally considered unethical to use someone's photo without their permission. I'm assuming that, yeah, you're talking to Stir Gamer or someone. I mean, I agree with that. Like, I would say, in general... Hold on. No, we're right here. We're right here. Okay, where do we even go when we're up here? I guess we do... Yeah, we do slide down there, right? Where are we even meant to go? I guess we have to try and jump past that onto the boxes. Anyway, I would, in general, I would agree with that, Umaima. Like, I would say using people's photos without their permission generally bad. I don't really mind too much what Stir Gamer's doing now, as long as it's not like, so far it's just my face with, you know, my face by Fenrir's. Like, it's nothing too bad. Like, if it gets to the point where like you're making that person, and like I also agree that there's, because I'm posting videos and streaming, right? Like, I'm putting a portion of myself on the internet, which, you know, is kind of, you know, allowing to some extent my face to be out there. But I think the only reason why it would be a problem is if like Stir Gamer or others was using AI to like make me do weird things. Like, you can make AI do a lot of weird stuff. Okay, I don't know why I went back down. I think we had it. Just had to keep going. Yeah, I agree with Danny. It's like, I agree to an extent, as long as it's not malicious. I kind of feel the same way. Like, as long as it's just my face. Maybe it's like a goofy filter on my face or something. Like, I don't mind that too much. As long as it's not malicious or inappropriate. We might, I don't know why this section is taking so long. There's gotta be an easier, I mean, what do you even do once you get, like, let's step back for a little bit. What do you even do once you get up to that? Oh, I guess you don't need to, okay, I guess you don't need to climb onto these boxes. You need to climb onto this long chute, I think, which is gonna take you, yeah, take you to the next obstacle, it looks like. Okay. I mean, we still need to get by this initial piece of ice if we want to have any hope of getting up there, but Noob is back. Danny bans you every time. Look, Noob, Danny had a perfectly good reason to ban you. I mean, you said F Danny because you didn't get a membership. Like, that's not appropriate, right? You're welcome to, I've said this before, like, you're welcome to comment as much as you, hold on, as much as you'd like, Noob, as long as it's appropriate and positive. But if you're insulting other people, if you're upset that you didn't get a membership and you're saying F Danny, like, that's not an appropriate thing to say. Like, it wouldn't feel good if someone said that to you. If someone said F Noob, like, that wouldn't make you feel good either. So you just say F, this doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know what it means I don't know what it means in either Russia or Ukraine or wherever you live, but at least in the US, F is kind of it's a slang for a swear word. So I don't know what it means where you're from, but at least here in the US, it's disrespectful. So you have 0 friends. Noob, I'm sure you, here's the thing, you like to, it seems like you like to hate on yourself a lot and say that you have a horrible life and that nobody likes you. That's not true, right? If you're trying to get sympathy from people, like, people like having you here, Noob. Maybe you don't go out and socialize a whole lot and make a bunch of new friends, but there's people here who like having you here for the most part, as long as you're not being disrespectful. Like, I enjoy having you here. Danny enjoys having you here. A lot of other people like having you around. We like your arts. We like your fun facts. So there's no need to kind of degrade yourself and say that nobody likes you, because people do like having you around. I wonder what I'm doing wrong. I'm sure I'm doing sure I'm doing something. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know. Don't know what it is. Josh is by witness that you were defending me, vouched for you, and fought for you. Yeah, like, yeah. Danny didn't like. Yeah, Danny went into the guy's who was it, XC Demolisher or whatever. He went into his comments and was vouching for you when they called you a scammer. So it's not fair to say that people don't like you when, like, people like Danny stand up for you. People like me read almost all of your comments, even though a lot of creators wouldn't. Even make a special witch reaction video just for you, which most creators wouldn't make a video just for one person. So it's not fair to say that nobody likes you after people have stood up for you and been looking out for you. Yeah, Mima witnessed that as well. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. Is there something I'm missing? I mean, no, there's not really anywhere we can climb up anywhere else. I mean, this is the way. This is the way you have to go. But it's just very, very hard to do. Friends make you bad. You can't counter bad things, friend. Everyone needs friends. Yeah, I agree with what Danny says. It's like, you kind of, it seems like you complain about not having friends, but it also seems like when someone does try to be friends with you and look out for you, it sounds like you don't really accept them. Like when someone wants to be friends with you, it sounds like you don't really welcome that. It almost seems like you enjoy having zero friends more than not, because then you can tell people that you don't have friends. So, Danny banned you, friends never ban. That's not true. Like, here's the thing. It's not true that friends never ban people. Like, I think, like, there have been times, like, I think in the earlier streaming days, like, there would be sometimes comments made by people. Fenrir, I think you might have maybe you've had a couple of instances where it's like come close, but I've considered timing people out before, even if I'm good friends with them, even if I like them. I think like Nathan has probably made a couple comments as well where like I've considered, like, he hasn't been here for a while, but like this was, you know, probably months ago in like the earlier streaming days, but I've considered timing people out briefly, even though I like them, even though I would consider myself friends with them. So just because someone times you out, it doesn't mean that they don't like you, that they're not friends with you. Even if Josh or other mods ban you, you're not going to feel anything if it's reasonable. Yeah, that's... yeah, I agree with that. Like, it's not like friends never... Like, I would say that's what friends should do. Like, friends hold each other accountable. Like, think about it. If your friend is... This is just a random example. But, like, if you have a friend that is smoking or doing drugs, a bad friend would just kind of sit there and do nothing about it. They would just kind of let their friend do whatever they wanted. A good friend would actually tell them that what they're doing is harmful. They would look out for them. They wouldn't just let them do, you know, a friend isn't just someone that lets you do whatever they want. Pass the weed? Okay, no. That was not what I was going for. But a good friend is someone that holds you accountable and not someone that just lets you do whatever you feel. 0 true? You don't think that's true? Are you sure? What about, like, what if it was a parent? Because, like, you know that parents love their kids. If a parent saw that their kid was doing something harmful, would they not also... Okay, hold on, this is... We might be... Come on. Come on. Did we make it? There was another level? Where do we even go? I thought we were... Alright. Anyway, if a parent sees their kid that's doing something that's harmful, you know that parents care about their kids. They're not just going to let them do something. Like, they're gonna teach their kids. They're going to hold them accountable. So my point in saying this, noob, is that friends and people that care about you don't just let you do whatever they want. A good friend is someone that's gonna hold you accountable. Okay, hold on. I think we made it. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Where do we go from here, though? Do we go this way? Well, that didn't last much time at all. Your parents see you watch Josh. Do they try to stop you? What, are you going to say it's harmful? It's horrible for brain development? The most truly thing you've ever heard Danny say about Fenrir's girlfriend being me? Yes, you just throw tantrums. Sounds on par. Just kidding. You're again with the Japan comment. If I fall, I have to become a judo champion. I've seen videos that are like that. Other YouTubers have made videos. Well, I became a judo master in 100 days or something like that. It'd probably take a lot longer than 100 days, but... Okay, let's focus up. This is a tough section. Did I see your comment? Fenrir those tantrums on purpose so that I can spank him. Okay. Danny, you want to feel what it's like to be timed out for the first time in your life? Oh, just kidding. Not true. Yeah, even Fenrir. Yeah, even Fenrir is saying, "Ooh, eat you." You know it's bad when two forces bind together. When two forces come together to agree on something. Even Fenrir is appalled at the thought. Okay. Okay, here we go. We're kind of getting this section down, which is good. But we just have to find a way to... Maybe we have to go on this side of the... What are we gonna... There's nothing over here, though. Like, what are we... I don't know what we're supposed to do here. I assume... Oh, maybe what we have to do... Okay, maybe we do have to go over here. Maybe we have to bounce off of this and up onto that thingy. If Danny will be timed out, you're out. Dang, everyone's out after Danny's out. Poop Squash, don't read your comments automatically. Noob, I'm reading your messages. Do you need to draw next time the new icon of which? Like I said, I think I answered this a little bit earlier for you. Yes, I think you should draw the new icon. You've already drawn the old icon of the witch. It makes sense to draw the new one next. Okay, let's kind of get this. Okay. Don't know what I was thinking there. But let's move on. I'm aware that was bad. You can draw really good. You'd love to see a picture of Josh. Don't agree? No, yeah, Danny just gave you a compliment. He said you're... Okay, why do you think your art is garbage? I mean, Noob, why do you draw if you don't even like your art? Why do you keep drawing? I think both myself and a lot of other people think it looks really good. Why don't you like it? It costs 0 money, hence it's 0 value. I don't think that's necessarily the case. Like, something isn't necessarily valued by how much money it can be bought for. There's other things that can determine value. There's some things that can't be bought that are still very valuable. So, I mean, are you wanting to... I mean, is that how you determine something's worth? I mean, do you plan on selling your art at any time? Like, do you plan on selling it? Okay, I don't know how we get enough bounce to... I don't know how we get enough bounce to get up here. Wait, is it enough that we can... Can we just jump this? I don't... Okay, let's try going like this. I don't know if this is enough to... I don't know if we can make that jump. We might be able to without bouncing. Oh yeah, we can. Okay. I guess we use the bounce for up here. You're not a popular YouTuber, that means your art's garbage? That's not what it means. Like, here's the thing, Noob. I know a lot of people. Like, there were a lot of people that I knew in, like, my homeschool group and in other ways, like, through, like, church groups. There were a lot of people that I knew that could draw really, really good art, but they didn't sell it. They didn't have a YouTube channel. What am I doing? They didn't sell it. They didn't have a YouTube channel. They just made art because they enjoyed to draw. Like they just enjoyed drawing. It was a hobby of theirs, and that doesn't mean that their arts were bad. They didn't sell them. They didn't promote them. They just did it because it's what they like to do. So, just because you're not a popular YouTuber, it doesn't mean that your art is bad. That's not what it means. It sounds like that's what you think it means, though. Because people give you 0 money, you think it's worthless? Noob, I can tell you, yeah, it's probably like 3 or 4 people at least that I know, or that I mean, I don't talk to them now, but I used to know in school that would love to draw, but they wouldn't sell their art. There's a couple I knew that sold it, but a lot of them just drew as a hobby. And it doesn't mean that they're bad just because no one buys it. It just means that they do it for the love of drawing as opposed to making money. I'll buy all of your art. Here's the thing. Actually, I don't know how that would work. Like, because if I bought art, obviously you'd have to ship it to my house. Maybe I ought to get a P.O. box at some point. But honestly, if you did sell art, as long as it's not an unreasonable price, I would buy it. Like, as long as it's not, you know, super expensive. Like, I'd spend a little bit of money to have some of Noob's art. So, Who knows? Maybe that's part of the reason why. Maybe that's part of the reason why you haven't sold anything yet, because you haven't been selling it. So maybe if you did sell your art somehow, maybe people would buy it. I would at least buy one. I think it'd be cool to have some noob art. You were just kidding? No, I mean I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't buy all of the art, but I would actually. I would pay. That would be cool though. That would be. Wait, why am I going over here? It would be cool to have a piece of. Okay, I was not even moving. It just bounced me out of the. Anyway, I would have a piece of noob art. Like, here's the thing. Honestly, I could buy your art and I could put it in a picture frame behind me. I could have a. I don't know if you would know how that would work. Like, do you know? Like, do you know how you would ship things or whatever? I don't know if. It sounds like you don't. If you've never done it before, maybe it can be confusing at first, but honestly, I would not be opposed to buying noob art and then framing it in the background. Your art's big paper you don't need. So you're not wanting to sell it? I thought you just mentioned that that's. Will I buy your armpit hair collection? What do you think I'm gonna say, Fenrir? Do you think I have any need for armpit hair? I have some. I have some of my own. You buy yourself? Wait, what? Okay. So you want people to buy your arts because then you'll think they'll be valuable, but then you don't want to sell any of them? You just want to buy all of them yourself? I mean, all I'm saying, noob, is that if you want to try and sell your arts at some point, if you want to put up something on the community tab, like if you want to sell your art at any time, I'm sure there's enough people that would, like, you would sell some of your art. I don't know how much of it would be, but I know for a fact you'd at least sell one. Probably more, because, I mean, I know at least I'll buy one. So, that's up to you if you want to sell it at any point. As long as the prices are reasonable, but how does that work though? You create art and you buy yourself? How do you buy yourself? You don't have any colored pencils, you can't draw art? Does anyone want to... We could start a little noob art fund. I would put in a little bit of money to pitch into buying some colored pencils for you. How would that work though? Like, even if you had the money, would you be able to get it? I know you said your mom is kind of strict. But like, I'd be willing to pitch in some money. I mean, at least here in the US, like, colored pencils are not very expensive. I would imagine they're not super expensive there either, so wouldn't be opposed to putting forth some money so that you can draw better art. So we will all buy noob's art. I mean, again, that's if noob ever wants to sell it, but it sounds like he's just gonna sell it and buy it himself. I don't know how that works, but no. Food is very expensive in the US. Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything. I was actually... Yeah, I mean, everything's expensive. I was watching a reel that I watched. I think I might have watched it before, but it like came up on my For You page. Because my phone is sitting right here. It definitely listens in on you. And I'm pretty sure I brought this up. I don't know how many streams ago, but I brought this up before. And like shortly afterwards, the reel ended up showing up. But it was about how everything is taxed. Like, it was talking about, there was someone that talked about how when you make money, you're taxed on it. When you spend money, you're taxed on it. When you drive your car, you're taxed on your car. When you buy your car, you're taxed to keep it registered. You go to your job, which your company is taxed when they make money. And then if and when you want to buy a house, if you're able to even buy a house in this economy, you're then charged property tax to maintain the house. Like you're taxed on seemingly everything in the US. So it's just part of the reason why things are so expensive. So I would assume, I don't know what the economy is like in Russia. I know some places of the world, like India, you can buy a lot for, you know, $10. I would assume colored pencils you can probably get for just, there's no way we choke that. Like, I don't know. I've never bought colored pencils, but I would assume if you go to a Fred Meyer or something, you could probably get them for $10. You can get a nice, probably a nice collection of colored pencils. So it's like 20 or 10 RS here. Is that like the equivalent of that? Okay, surely 20 cents is not right? I thought rupees were, is 100 of them $1, or is 10 of them $1? I get confused. So rupees to US dollar, if it's only 20 rupees, 20 cents. That is crazy cheap. I mean, I guess everything in India is much less expensive, but I wasn't expecting them to be that for like a pack of them. $1 is like 17 lel. Is it lel or is that an I? It looks like an I. Is it pronounced lei? Okay. Danny, anti-friend? Okay. Noob, you can't be saying that after he defended you from being called a scammer. Okay. Nice, we made it here. Let's just get up. Let's just position ourselves. That's probably good. Okay. It's fine. We're all good. We're taking 10 years. We're taking our sweet time to get by this section, but it's all good. Okay, we're right back there. Used to draw paint watercolor when you were young. Nice. Noob just said none of us have IQs. What do you say? 0 brain cells, 0 supercell, 0 IQ, 0 friends. Noob just said F. I mean, maybe it means something different. In, like everything means something different. Like I'm sure Noob is not familiar with what F stands for in the US, but just for your understanding, Noob, it typically stands for something not respectful. So if you say, you know, F somebody, like if you said F Danny, that's disrespectful. I don't know if you knew that. I know you're not from the US, but just be aware of that next time you say it, or next time you want to say it. But I'm not going to ban you. Like you're welcome to chat as long as you're not saying F people. But how do you want to do that, Noob? Because look, it sounds like Noob. It sounds like people here, including myself, are willing to put in a little bit of. We're willing to put in a little bit of money to help you buy art supplies. Do you have like I'm assuming you don't have like a Venmo or something, but could you get like a Venmo or something where people could send you a little bit of money? That way you could buy colored pencils. For $1 you can buy 3 bread. Like 3 loaves of bread. You don't... Okay, Noob, you don't need to agree. it's not like you need to agree with me. I'm stating the facts. Like, if you were to make a Venmo, I'm sure people would send you a few dollars so that you could buy colored pencils and draw your art. So is that something that you want to do? Okay, let's jump right about now. Okay. It's not too bad. Oh, I remember this section being kind of a pain. I think you can buy one loaf or maybe more. Okay, I mean, yeah, if you can buy 3 loaves of bread for a $1 US, that's pretty crazy. You make fun fact, I don't make fun fact. Your fun fact's better? I mean, yes. I mean, that's true. I don't make fun facts, so understandably, yours are going to be better. I don't know why that's a... It's not like you need to try to put yourself over anyone else, noob. Like, we're all here to help you out and support you if we can. Can we... Where do we even jump from here? I'm like confused where to even go. Because like I don't think we can jump to that. This is something that I might actually need your guys' help on, because I don't think we can make that jump. I don't think we can just jump to the cupboard. I'm assuming we have to use the little bouncy thing to bounce up to that level. Oh, I think I do remember this from this part looks the same. Where I think we're gonna have to bounce on that level and then go over to these plates and then just jump from a different angle to get over there. Okay, let's do that. We literally want to send you money and help you, and you're just being mean. Yeah, noob. Like there's no need to. No one's being rude or disrespectful to you. Like, we want to help you out. You say that you don't have money to buy colored pencils. We're willing to help give you money so that you can buy them. So, GoFundMe. I don't know. I mean, noob. He just set up a Twitter account several days ago, but prior to that, he didn't have social media. He said he didn't really know how to set up any social media. So it sounds like he doesn't have experience doing or setting up a lot of things. So I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be up for that, because he's like, it seems like he doesn't know how to do a lot of things or set up a lot of things. But I mean, that's something that I would be willing to contribute to if he ever got that set up. So, what's up, Dax? Isn't it like 3:30 in the morning for you? I mean, and for Fenrir as well, but I mean, it's good to see you, but dang, you don't need to be sleeping. That's why Noob should talk with his parents. They might be okay with us helping him out. Yeah, alright, yeah. It doesn't look like Noob's here anymore, but if he is able to talk to his parents, I think he says his mom is like, he says his mom is strict about a lot of things. She doesn't even want him to have a YouTube channel, I think. It's 3:33 a.m. Dang, it's 1 a.m. for you right now. Okay, nice. I should sell merch. I'd sell so much. I could. I just don't want to be. I just don't know if that comes across as like money hungry. Like that's not, like it's not all about the money for me. But on the other hand, if I'm making different tier lists for like memberships, if I'm like setting up merch, like it just kind of, I don't know, it kind of seems like I'm trying heavily to sell a lot of things, and I'm like, I don't want to give off that impression, because like it's not all that I care about. I mean, it's an important part of living for sure. Like I just want to make enough to where I can do this full time, but it's like, I don't know, I don't know, maybe a little bit later. Like I'm sure there'll be a point at some point where I'll sell blush, I'm sure there'll be maybe some point where I have some kind of merch, but it might not be right at the moment. What do broke boys do? Sell bathwater? Here's the thing. If I did, I know at least I would sell one. I know at least I'd sell one bathwater to Fenrir, but that's... I would make one sale. And then I would have my bathwater out there, and I'd be branded as a Belle Delphine. Isn't that the lady that used to sell bathwater or something? Belle Delphine? I'd be branded as a Belle Delphine copycat. The one person, yeah, I was gonna say one person who would buy it would be Fen. I mean, at least it would sell one. But what is this? Didn't realize there's hovering utensils. All right. It looks weird without a drone pad, because there used to be a drone pad right here. But obviously there's none of that here. We also have to be really careful, because if we fall down the drain, like if we go in the drain, I'm pretty sure it boots you all the way down. Like, I just know you free fall for a while, so if we fall into the sink... Honestly, if we fall into the sink, I will probably just... No. I'll probably just end stream, because we'll have, like, look at that. Look at the pipe. It just boots you out, just into the open air, and down forever. So... we're going to be in a lot of trouble if we go down, because once you get in the drain, there's no getting out. Like, it's a slick enough drain that you just go. So for that to happen, I need to have a bath. I mean, you know what? You are right in the sense that I don't take baths. Like, whenever I shower, but I've never. It's probably been years since I've just sat in the like I've never been a fan of just the bath, just sitting in water that you're like stewing in. Are you saying it's not money hungry? It's normal. I mean, I guess it's not like it's weird to have like merch, but I don't know. This early on in the channel, it seems like maybe something that you do once you grow a little bit. But I don't know. That's because like you have to probably invest in like you're gonna have to like invest in a domain. You might have to use like a Shopify or a subscription service so that you can actually have a website up and be like. So it does require a bit of an investment to start selling merch, especially to like get the materials to buy it. Like if you're gonna like it definitely requires a decent bit of an investment to sell merch. So I don't think we're at the point yet. You would make your own Josh Squash shirt and wear it? Okay, just anything but the drain. I think we've fallen in the drain twice. I think. Pretty sure when we were playing last time, we fell down there twice, and the thing is, we had a drone pad right at this exact place. Like, there's a drone pad normally that sits right over there, so we could get right back up here, but it would be probably 10 times more devastating if we fell down there now. Or if we fell down here. Like, this fall would also take us all the way down to the last level. You upset your stomach, you vomited. Pregnancy. Why are you guys married to Lumberjack? Okay. Welcome to the world of getting trolled, Umaima. That's my life of streaming. So I forget how we... I remember when we were here last, like we were able to get over the sink pretty easily. But the last couple times we've fallen, so it's like I don't... Okay, that works. I'm finally smiling. I feel like I don't... I mean, I don't smile a lot, but it's like, do I look gloomy to you guys? Like, do I look sad to you guys? Or is it... Like, I know I don't smile or, like, express a lot of the time, but... Like, does it... I don't know. Does it come across as... Do I come across as, like... sad or gloomy a lot of the time? Or is it just... Does it come across as more... like, nonchalant? I look like a Josh. I mean, that doesn't tell me much. I would expect to look like a Josh as a Josh. Yes. I just look like sometimes sad that I'm not with Fenrir. Okay, not the direction that I wanted that to go in. You came half an hour ago. You had dinner plans today with boys. You went for a ride home around the beach. Came back home. Nice. That sounds like a nice evening. Okay, we gotta. Okay, I'm realizing we gotta pause briefly on the cup to just orient ourselves the right way. Vintage is free to use. Is that like a somewhere that you sell merch or something, Jimmy? Like a website? To make the merch, probably use an app. Make it for 20, sell it for 30 or something. I mean, that's true. I just don't know if I'm ready for that just yet, Jimmy. Like, I'm sure it would be cool to have merch at some point, but I just don't think we're there at the moment. It was a good day. It's fun. You got work tomorrow? Dang, you gotta get some sleep then. You'll make a website for me for free? I mean, I appreciate that, Uma. Maybe when the time is right, I can do. I don't know when the time would be. Like, I don't know what. I don't know what would be an indicator of, because like if I were to make a website for merch, like they would probably sell a few to, you know, like I know a lot of you guys would want to support, and so maybe you'd buy something, but for the most part, like I don't know. I don't know when it would make sense to. It seems like a lot of creators who have, you know, some of them even probably have millions of subscribers and don't necessarily have merch, so maybe it is just a matter of like personal preference, but I don't know if I'm ready for a shop just yet. But make me a website. What is your website gonna be? Fenrir? Femboy merch? Femboy meetups? Something along those lines? I don't know why. Okay, I don't know why it's so hard to get across this sink. Like, yeah, it kind of looks like it's like it doesn't look easy with the sink being that thin. But I remember last time we played, it's like I remember just being able to breeze by it pretty much every time. Let's try this. Okay, that works. I remember this does roll though. So we got a balancing act on the paper towel. Okay, gameplay. Got the message. Thank you. Rima's absent today? No, Rima was here a little bit earlier. He had to head out, but he was here for a little bit. Original, when are we gonna get a hardcore Granny stream? Well, gotta beat regular Granny first. I don't know, I think I mentioned that the next... I think it was you, Dax, right? I think I said that whenever we stream a horror game next, it's probably gonna be the Little Nightmares. That's gonna be the next horror game. Granny can be the next one after that. So... yeah, whenever we beat regular Granny, then maybe we can... I don't know, though. I don't know if Granny is... I mean, maybe it is something that's worth doing hardcore. Does hardcore... What does that entail? Because I would assume you'd still be able to respawn if you die. Does that just mean they move faster? Or, like... listen to you more intently, or just respond quicker? Or what is that... What does that kind of entail? Okay. Well, we're getting closer. Let's see. Read. I should at least try Kingdom Rush. The thing is, I looked. It looked like kind of a... I think I looked it up last time. I mean, it looked like kind of an older game, right? Not that older games are bad, but just that I don't often play old games unless it's like a game that I played as a kid. Like, I played Mario Kart before, Super Mario Bros. I think we played as well. It just looks like kind of a... If it's the one I'm thinking of, I thought I looked it up a couple days ago and it looked like a slightly dated version of... Like, I think I mentioned it kind of looked similar to Bloons Tower Defense, right? That's the tower defense game. Even if I made it for only 10 people, the people would actually buy it. That's true. Like, but like I said, Jimmy, I don't think I'm going to be releasing merch right now. Like, that would be something cool to do. I do plan on doing that at some point, but as for right now, I don't think we're ready for that at the moment. Even if it is somewhat easy to set up. Like, from my experience, I have had a website in the past. Like I did years ago. I think I made a website through Shopify or something, and like there's more to it in my experience than just setting up the website. Like, even setting up the website can take a little bit of time to customize, and then like there's more to it than meets the eye. So again, don't think we'll be doing that soon, but probably at some point. You used to play Granny with your homegirl, Roblox version? I feel like I've seen other people play Granny. Like, I think I watched Queso play Granny, but okay, there we go. But I've never actually played it myself. Okay, let's orient like this. No. Okay, we got close. That's fine, we're right back here. Dang, rough. Granny's low-key bad. Okay. Should have ignored that comment. Wait till I learn about international shipping prices or shipping policies. True. I would imagine there are restrictions with shipping outside the US, maybe. I haven't really looked too much into them because I've never needed to, but yeah, I would imagine if I were to sell merch in the future that would probably be... I don't know if there's... Do you know exactly what they are, Fenrir? I guess, I mean, it doesn't really matter at the moment, because again, that's not going to be something that comes real soon, but is it just more expensive? Like, is it just... Are there more shipping fees, or are there, like, restrictions to just what you can send? I would assume, like, clothes or plushies or whatnot are not against shipping for... Like, I would assume you can't ship certain types of food and whatnot. But... this is the toughest part so far. I mean, I guess. I mean, I do remember last time we played this part, like, it did take some time. Like, this part was definitely not real easy. Especially because, like, I think it gets harder when you go up to, like, this part. Like, I remember this upper section taking considerable enough amount of time. I think we can... Why do I thought we could make it just with the blunt end. But I guess not. Do I wipe or let it crust so I have chocolate brownies for dessert? What are... Is there a I'll answer a question as long as it's a reasonable question. Do you have, like, any other question? Like, anything that doesn't have to do with feces? It's different for every country. There's a lot of restrictions. If you were to ship something from US to India, it'd take a month or two. Really? Wow. Didn't realize it would take that long to ship. I know, like, within the US, though, like, I think if you travel into California, or maybe if you travel out of California, there's a border, a little border crossing that you have to go through, and they like ask if you're bringing any certain types of food. Like, I know you can't bring certain types of food in because of either, you know, potential pesticides or whatnot that can be on it. I don't know exactly what, but I do know that sometimes within, like, states, there's restrictions to what you can bring in, so it makes sense that that same thing would exist on an international level, but I wouldn't think there'd be a problem with actually, like if it were to be clothes or plushies or something. I don't see how there would be any limitation on that. But granted, the ultimate game of strategy, the ultimate game. I mean, I would imagine there's a decent bit of strategy involved as far as having to distract her, but ultimate strategy more than... Holy... We were actually tipping off the edge. Okay, that was way too close of a call. I actually thought we were gonna fall. That would have been... We would have logged off for the day after that. We would have lost who knows how much. Okay. We've never gotten through this section, so I think we'll try to jump from the tip on both of these, even though this looks like it's closer. How's it going, Hypersword? Shrek as well. You have a picture of me covered in bananas. Is that where I have, like, 2 bananas on my shoulder for the all yellow deck or whatever? I mean, was I covered or did I just have a couple? You order things in the USA, arrives in like a week, sometimes faster. Yeah, I was wondering. You said a month or 2 to arrive. That seemed like a long time. I've never tried shipping anything to India or getting anything from India, but it did seem like... Holy, I don't know how we made that. We were hanging off of that spatula. Okay. This part was not easy, I remember that. Oh, that was way too much. That was way too much. He had quite a bit of bananas on me. I mean, I think I had like a... Was this the... I think one of the first videos that I made. Like, I think there were two. Like, I recorded the original yellow deck, like, last year, when the channel kind of first came out, and then I think I did a throwback to it. I think I had bananas on me on both. But... because you're in UAE and you're in India. I mean, I suppose the countries are slightly different, but like... So it's not a distance thing, it's just a... individual country regulation thing. Oh, we had that. I wonder what happens if you go on... Because this... Is this stove on? Yeah, the stove is cooking. What happens if you go in the pan? I would assume you get cooked. But like, then you just, I would assume you respawn in the same spot. Because you're not falling anywhere, right? I am actually curious to hop in the pan. Let me see. As long as it doesn't, this would be a long shot, but as long as it doesn't respawn you, like, I can't think of why it would respawn you lower. But I just want to make sure because I don't want to lose all the progress we've made. I don't know if it like, if it drains and if the oil gets, okay. Hot. Just let me look it up. Send it? Let me see. You never know. With some of the obstacles here, who knows if a bird is gonna, if it's like a little cutscene with a bird picks up the handle and dips it over the edge. Do not hop into the pan if you want to keep climbing. Jumping into the frying pan on the stove doesn't just crack or respawn, it triggers an alternate secret ending where your egg gets fried and the narrator congratulates you on settling down and ending your climb. Well, it's a fun Easter egg. Jumping in will end your current run and trigger the ending sequence. Oh, no. So it is going to pretty much reset our progress. It's going to give us the ending sequence, and that's how we're going to end it. All right, well, as appealing as it would be to just get to the end, because technically it would give us the end sequence, we wouldn't get to the end by climbing to the top. So do it. I mean, we'd have to restart all over again if we wanted to beat the game the right way. I like, it does make me curious, like the fact that it was like secret ending. I was like, alternative ending. I was like, we have technically seen what it looks like to beat the game, because we beat it not on hardcore mode, but we beat it in normal mode. But Indian cuisine is peak. She doesn't have the right food. I haven't had a ton of Indian. Holy. That gave me a mini. That gave me a mini heart attack. We're having a lot of close calls that are too close. Like to the point where we're hanging over the drain or hanging over the edge. Every food is unique. True. Every food is unique. The only food, I mean, the only place I've been outside of the US, like I've tried European food, like Italian food mostly, which, as you can probably expect, I don't know how you rank a cuisine as far as, because like everyone's gonna have different opinions, so I don't know how like each country ranks as far as cuisine, but I would imagine Italy's probably pretty dang high. It's like I have been to Italy, I have had some of the food there, and I've been to a couple of, like just a few days ago we went to an Italian restaurant, and it's like that's definitely one of the best, definitely one of the, in my opinion, best, you know, cuisines in the world. But India's pretty solid as well. I know that they're known for like their spices and whatnot, spices and curries. So when's the next Clash stream? Good question. I would say it's definitely going to be sometime next week. Maybe, I think we'll probably play when the new season comes out. We might test out some of the new heroes. Maybe we play a couple of troll decks with them on stream. Evo Ebarb cycle or something. I mean, that might be a video as well, but I suppose we could play the new season when it comes out. I think it's coming out in like 2 days, right? So we could do it then. Even though your stomach doesn't agree with Chili, you love it. Yeah, a lot of times your stomach and your stomach and your tongue can tell you a couple of different things. That's why a lot of people with lactose intolerance still eat milk products, even though their stomach's gonna hate them later, just because ice cream and cheese and a lot of other things are really good. Check top 10 restaurants in the world. Paragon and Corolla is 10th. Let me look it up, because like how do you rank that? Like, because obviously restaurants and food, like they're all going to be people's opinions, but let me see. Top 10 restaurants in the world. Let's just pick on world's 50 best. No, it's something else. There's a Wikipedia one, which again is written by people, right? So, have I seen Flashback? Is winning the war solo? I don't know what that is, Hyper, but no, I haven't seen it. We all need to have Chinese food. Rats, snakes, bats. Maybe not. I mean, there's a lot of different sites ranking them, but have I ever tried Indian cuisine? I mean, yes. Like I've definitely tried it at some point. We went to, like, we've gone to an Indian place before. I remember having chicken sog there. It was like in a green spinach sauce. I remember that being really, really good. But let's see, if we go to the best restaurants, I guess there's a ranking. There's first, second, and third. A lot of them are in Spain. Okay, this was in the early 2000s. Some Americans, English. I see France. In 2025, it looks like it was Poland or Austria. But these are just the top 3 restaurants. I don't know who's ranking them though, but I mean, it is all going to be a matter of like opinion. Like someone could think the very best restaurants in the world taste disgusting because they're just, maybe their taste buds are different. But I'm sure India does have some good places. In Clash, what do you mean Flashback in Clash? What is that a new card, or what's up with that? What do you mean winning the war? Is there something I'm missing? You have to try Slavic food, East European. That would probably be pretty good. What is most of that cuisine entail? Because I know for like a lot of Europe, okay, hold on. For a lot of Europe, like the Mediterranean diet is kind of used, which is like a lot of bread / pastas, fish, arugula, that sort of thing. Like lean meats, like, you know, turkey and fish, I think are big. What do I don't think I've ever specifically tried Slavic food. What is that? What does that entail? Oh, the clan war? Oh, okay, so Flashback must be someone Okay, that must be someone's name in the clan. Okay, I guess I can probably hop on my... I hadn't had any war decks built, but I could probably log on to that account and help contribute in the war. But if he's carrying us so far, it makes sense because we're a brand new clan, so I would imagine. I would imagine we're playing other clans with 0 medallions as well. So big W's to him for carrying us, I guess. All international stuff is Indianized to suit the majority. What does that mean? Do you guys have like Indian pizza? Well, I'm curious to see what that looks like. I've seen some reels, like I think they're mostly as jokes. Like I don't think it represents the majority of Indian food, or maybe it does. But like I've seen Indian street food where like it's someone with like a massive pot, and like there's always something unsanitary, which is why the video is being taken. It's like always some joke about how Indian food, like Indian street food, is just like stuff in a massive pot that's just being like slopped out, and it kind of looks like diarrhea a little bit. Like this was just, I've seen a couple of reels like it, which again, I don't think it represents maybe the majority of Indian food, but I have seen some like street vendor food videos, and the food looks kind of unsanitary, and I'm like, I'm sure this is not the majority of India. I know India's got some great food, but it sounds like there's also some food which is not so good. But I'm sure that exists. I'm sure maybe that's... I'm sure it's not just India. I'm sure everyone's got... unsanitary. I'm sure every country has some level of unsanitary street food somewhere. Chinese fried rice, triple fried rice, chicken lollipops. Shit that Chinese don't know exists. I mean, I do know that China does have it's a lot of chicken. Like I think PF Chang's is a restaurant here in the... I don't know if PF Chang's is like international, or if it's just... It might just be in the US, but I think it's a Chinese restaurant. Same with like Panda Express. Pretty much anywhere you go, anywhere Chinese you go, chicken's definitely a staple. Is India in peace now? The protests ended? I know as of like, what was it, only 4 or 5 days ago, that I think Dax, it was either Dax or KB, someone mentioned that the protests were going on, right? Of like the education director or something like that. That was a weak jump. I'm considering just jumping in the pot, jumping in the boiling pot, getting the ending screen. I don't want to be stuck at the kitchen anymore. Don't want to be stuck in this sink part for all eternity. So we could just yeet ourselves into the pot. Probably not the best idea, but it's an option now that we know what it does. Okay. The protest has ended, but it was funny turnaround for the opposition party. Even Indians don't eat that. Are you talking about the are you talking to Umar, or were you talking about like the suspect street food? Okay, let's orient ourselves. That's probably fine, right? Okay, there we go. Making good time. Let's try to jump with that, actually. All right. Okay. This thing is hard to control. Why? Okay, just as long as there's no drain, that's all good. We might just call it here and give it another go with another time with a fresh set of eyes and a fresh mind. The proper terms of politics. After the protest, government took out one bill. I think you... I can't remember if it was... Yeah, it was you or KB or someone, but mentioned it was because these people were studying to become a doctor, right? And they, like, ended up having to redo the test because something got leaked. And then a lot of the people ended up taking their own lives because they thought their chances of like becoming a doctor were ruined. Bill says whoever was involved in the paper leak, they'll get 10 CR fine and 10 years in jail. Okay, hold on. Let's swap around. Okay. Dang, this part is hard. Why am I... Okay, there we go. That was not it. Let's see, now the party who was protesting was against the bill. You might be wrong, but that's what you know, you're not into politics. Okay. It sounds like it's mostly, you said it's mostly died down though, which is good. I mean, that's good that people aren't, I mean, it's good that there's not as much turmoil now, I guess. Let's try to go again. That was not, I don't know what that attempt was. That was a weak jump. Okay. Okay, we just gotta, this jump is honestly one of the hardest of the, like it's hard to get that jump on the paper towel right, because you have to pretty much jump right away. Otherwise it starts rotating and it's hard to come back from that, but wait, so I know you guys have been debating about the origin of something. What exactly are you talking about, Fenrir? Like, oh, you're talking about the origin of what? Is this a disease? Is this something else? I've been like kind of following along the messages, but I think I missed the start of it when you were actually talking about what it was. Oh, the virus. Okay, the coronavirus. Makes sense. I was wondering. I was like, said something came from China, and I'm like, didn't know if that's WDAC for explaining that to a Lumberloon player. right now. I mean, to be honest, like let's be honest. Nobody in this chat right now has played like a skillful deck. Like, can we agree on that? Fenrir plays Recruits Pigs. I think most people can agree that that's not skill. I used to play Golem. I don't anymore, but most people can agree that is not a skill deck either. Danny plays Mega Knight. Umaima plays Lumberloon. I think we can all agree that, and none of us really play the most. What? Pickles send the video? You're lacking? What does that mean? You guys hate me? Danny, you're pulling a noob on us. We all are no skill. I mean, the thing is, it's like we all... It seems like most of us are smart. Like, most of us could have skill. It's just kind of funny how a lot of us choose to just play... a lot of us choose to play the decks that we do. No, not again. We might just... Wait, what happens if we... Can we slice ourselves with the knife? Okay, we can't. I was going to say the blade is there. I was like, that'd be kind of a funny little Easter egg or whatnot if you could cut yourself. You don't see anyone else with a top 10k finish, let alone 7k. You asked me, Titan and Pickles. Oh, okay. You're saying Pickles sent the reaction video. Makes sense. I mean, honestly, Fenrir, it's impressive that you got 7k. You have to admit the deck you were using was not skilled, right? Weren't you using Pigs, 3 Musketeers? Fen is 9, I'm 9, Twin is 9, I'm 90. Why am I the old one? I'm pretty sure everyone, yeah, actually everyone here. I'm the youngest one here, right? I'm pretty sure. Fenrir is 23. Jemima's 25, Danny's 30, yeah. Dax, I think, is also 22, right? So maybe he's technically, maybe he's the youngest, but my birthday's coming up in December, but why am I the 90-year-old? You're the real unk? True. You're not the oldest one, though. If it makes you feel any better, you're on the younger side compared to a lot of people. There's people that have joined, like I think, like Trainer Sam will sometimes join. He's got a full-on house. I think he said he's like 37 or 38. So there are people that watch that are older. You're not the oldest. Not the oldest one here. I don't know if this angle is... Let's try this again. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. Never mind. You're the youngest of y'all? Okay, no, Hypersword's 17. So, I guess Hypersword is the youngest here. Dax, you said you were 22, right? So when is your birthday coming up? Because you might be a bit younger than me. My birthday is in... I turned 23 in 5 months-ish. Oh, we were there. Okay. The good news is we're not falling. It can be kind of hard to control the egg though. Like the mouse keys move the egg so much, where it's like when you're kind of on a thin ledge like this, it can be hard to control it. This is the farthest we've gotten yet. We've never been up to this ledge before. So there we go. Gonna be tough to get over this. How? Let's just go for it. No, no, where are we gonna drop? Not in the drain. I swear, if it dropped me directly into the drain, I'd be out. I would be out. 2 other finish. By the way, all skilled. Let me guess, you used your recruit's pig stack for that finish? You were born in 2004. Okay. So I guess you're 21, no? Because if it's October 26th of 24, then you'd be turning 22 in a couple months. So, alright, I guess Hyper Sword is the youngest. Sounds like you're next youngest. Then it's me, Fenrir, Umaima, and Danny. Okay. Oh, that's not it. Do we just call it here? We've been at this kitchen section for a bit too long. Maybe it's best we give this a rest and give it a go on another day. We're turning 22 on the 26th. Okay. Nice. Okay. Let's orient ourselves like this. Okay. Uma, Danny, Fan, Josh are older than me? Yes. I think we are. We're all mid-20s to 30. So we are just a little bit older than you. Okay, hold on. This is looking good. I like this run. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I got a bit too confident there. Oh no. Buy me cake on December 1st. Is that your birthday? Birthday's December? I guess I never knew. Maybe you mentioned before and I just... Maybe my dementia kicked in, but... Is that your birthday, Fenrir? I think... Or is it just sometime in December? Hungry from when? Okay, we'll give this another 10 minutes. If we can't reach back up to the spatula in the next 10 minutes, like if we're not able to reach a new personal best, then we'll call it a day. But if we can, we'll play for just a tad longer to try and get a little bit further. So hopefully we can make some progress in 10 minutes. If not, that's right. Don't know who else's birthday's in December. I mean mine, but like I'm assuming you're gonna come up with some crazy answer. Like, let me look up. It's probably gonna be something. What's gonna be Epstein or something? I already know you're gonna add like a twist. Let's see, Epstein birthday. No, okay, January. Let me guess, Diddy? Nope, November. Okay, so we're surrounded on both sides by Diddy birthday and Epstein birthday. One's November, one's January. I don't know, enlighten me. Whose birthday is... Who else's birthday is December? Jesus Christ. Okay, complete 180 from what I was thinking. I was thinking you were going to add like a twist. It was going to be some weirdo But no, okay. I mean, isn't his birthday... I mean, that's just when we celebrate it, right? I thought his actual birthday was in April, right? Or am I thinking of... I thought I remember hearing somewhere that, like, yes, Christmas is when we celebrate his birthday, but I don't... Is that actually when he's... Well, I guess maybe I'm thinking of... I'm dirty? No, I don't... Read your message. December 1st is my birthday. Oh. Is it actually? Wait, when is Fenrir's birthday then? I thought you mentioned your birthday was in December, no? But is there if your birthday is actually December 1st? I thought maybe I'm okay. I don't trust anything that I remember because I know how bad my memory is, so maybe Fenrir's birthday is in June. I don't know. It could be anything for all I know. It's in September. Okay, so December 1st is your day. What day in September is it? Okay, we got another 8 minutes. You don't know you ever said your birthday here? Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe if you've said it, you've maybe said it once, but like, I don't remember that. First name is Daniel, which from the Bible, middle name Christopher is the beginning of Christ, last name Cervantes, which means to serve God. You were born on a Sunday, a holy day. Wow. Nice. You were born on the 11th, which is related to God. 1996 represents God as well. Wow, you're just everything. The birthday, the day, the week, your name. Everything points to God. That's kind of cool. I think the name Joshua, which is my name, I think it translates to something along the lines of like sent from God or gift from God or something. Or no, maybe it means like God is deliverance. But I think it's maybe something to that. But that's cool that there's a lot of symbols with your birthday and name. Saved you through your addiction, through gangs, and saved you from ever being arrested. That is wonderful. Should have died or got to prison, but God saved me all the time. And now you're helping other people as well, right? You're working as an addiction counselor, so now you're helping other people on their journey. That's a pretty cool turnaround. It translates to Nimrod. Really, the name Joshua is just Nimrod. By the way, wasn't there actually? I could have sworn there was a person in the Bible whose name was Nimrod, right? Am I crazy? I could have sworn it was either a character or like a maybe. It surely didn't have its own book in the Bible, right? Let me see. Nimrod Bible. Yeah, here we go. Nimrod, biblical figure. Okay, Book of Genesis, Books of Chronicles. He was a grandson of Noah. Great grandson of Noah, became a powerful ruler. So there is a Nimrod in the Bible, but it's not Joshua. He's the savior of all humanity. I agree. Nimrod was an evil person who challenged God. Yeah, well, thankfully my name does not translate to Nimrod. You just meant retarded. Okay, thank you for including the respectfully on the end. Yeah, I would have thought you were insulting me, but no, the respectfully changed everything. All right, well, we might give it up here. It might be best to come back with fresh eyes. We have another about 5 minutes to climb up there before we call it a day. You're gonna sign off, Dash? Okay, sounds good. It's 4:30 in the morning. Fenrir, when are you planning to sleep? I mean, I guess it is the weekend, so I'm assuming university requirements are less for the weekend, and you probably have more time to sleep. But okay, that was a bit too close to the edge. After I sleep. Me? I mean, I'm not going to sleep for a while. It's the afternoon for me, so it's going to be probably another 8 or 9 hours before I sleep. But you have a presentation on that? Besides that, nothing? Alright, that's the presentation for the song. So did they give you a requirement, like, you had to get reactions from 3 different people? Like, was that one of the mandates for the assignment, was sending it to a certain amount of different people, getting their response to it? Call me crazy, but you believe we're living in the current Bible right now. You believe we are those people from the Bible. If you look at the dots, they all connect? Huh. I believe that because my father, God told me when you died you were younger. You were shot in the back of the head when you were very young. Actually? That's crazy. How did that happen? Was it, I mean, I'm assuming it had something to do with your family being in a gang of some kind? Were you like just caught in the crossfire when you were young? Yeah, your real family was with the cartel? Yeah. Alright, well. That boiling hot pan is looking more appealing by the second. It's looking at me. Oh. Yeet. Alright, we're not doing it. A rivalry happened. They targeted you and your family, but you survived. Which is why your real family sent you to a whole new family to give you a new life. Okay, like how young were you? Like, was this, like, were you old enough to remember? Like, were you 4 or 5 years old, or were you like infant, like baby, 1 or 2 years old? Wiggle around. Let's try to. This is it. It's been about 10 minutes. If we can't make it past the spatulas here, we'll call it here. You're a 4. You still have a piece of bullet in the back of your head. Wow. People that know me, you can feel the bump on the back of your head, so you can see you're not lying. That's pretty cool. Crazy enough, I have a bump on the back of my head as well. I fell off of like a library chair when I was about 2. So like, I fell on I was like climbing the back of one of those rocking chairs. and it ended up tipping back. We were in a library, and there was one of those there was like a window. I don't know exactly if it was like one of the things that you crank, but like I hit the very back of my head on there. I had to get stitches, and so like there's a bump in the back of my head as well. So that's kind of strange, but dang, you still have pieces of bullet back there. Like, were they not able to? They weren't able to remove all of it. So how does that work? Is there just like, has your skin just grown around it? Was that to go pro in Gollum? Don't end stream. I mean, I guess I could stream for a little bit longer. We are making progress. So, I mean, we have gotten to the spatulas. It's just a matter of how do we get past this part. I'm assuming we could probably go up one more. Okay, we can rest here. So I'm assuming we just jump over the... Can we make this jump? Let's... Okay. We're gonna pause here. I might go grab some. I mean, I have a drink here that I haven't even finished from this morning. But I might have to go. Stir Gamer, we are still streaming. We've made some progress though. We got past the kitchen part. Now we're on to this next part. They had to leave a piece there because removing the whole thing could have left you dead or paralyzed. Dang. Well, I mean, I'm glad you're here and doing well, and glad you're not paralyzed or dead. This is the only source of entertainment you have right now? What about sleeping though? Isn't it... I mean, aren't you like 9 hours ahead? Or 10 hours ahead? Isn't it like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m.? What about sleeping and having dreams as a source of entertainment? Who knows, maybe you could have a good dream. 3 a.m.? And that is... No, okay. I actually have to do really care. I mean, it looks kind of safe at first because you have a solid wood floor, but... you can fall. You can fall easily. So where should we go? Where's the thickest part of the knife? Just in the middle. Okay. Don't know, we can't really adjust ourselves here, but... Okay, that was close actually. There is a little guardrail so that when we get up to that last piece, we can just rest on it a little bit. No signs of sleep. I mean, who knows? Maybe if you just lay down in bed and close your eyes, maybe you'll feel sleepy. But you know what? No, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You are welcome to do whatever. Maybe you're... I mean, I know everyone's sleep schedule is different. Mine is in a bad place, up to the point where, like, I kind of feel you. Like, I don't often get sleepy until 3 or so in the morning. You dream about me. Bet those are pretty horrible dreams, then. Do you wake up screaming and in a cold sweat? It's really hard to balance on these things, because when you let go of the keys, it's not like you just stay where you are. Obviously, you have a little bit of momentum from when you jumped because of the yoke inside you, and so it's like you end up having to adjust because it so violently adjusts. You have to then like readjust the other way. Like, how do we? I guess we go like this. Just gently turn around. Okay. You have to keep your eye on your dad. He's in bad health right now. He can't sleep until the caretaker arrives. Damn, best wishes to him. Hopefully he's doing all right. You wake up with morning wood. You know, I could have gone my whole life and just not known that. I would have had a much better life had those details just been withheld. Okay, hold on. This looks promising. All right, too much of a jump there. We're kind of getting the hang of it, though. Okay, there we go. Now we just have to orient ourselves here. Okay, here we go. That looks pretty solid. Okay. Nice. That is great. Now I think we just jump. Let's try to look off the edge. We have to jump on... Yeah, on that big springy thing. Took it up. You can definitely add stream whenever you want. I mean, I'll stream for a little bit longer. 2v2, never mind, it's boring. The 2v2 is boring. End stream and I'll be erased to a distant memory. Why do you sound like Thanos or something when you say that? Luca, what's up with that? What enjoyment do you get out of... I mean, thankfully you're the only one in the Instagram stream probably, but... what was I saying? Yeah, I was gonna say, why does that sound like... almost... It sounded Thanos-like. Like, I don't know, in a lot of the things that he says. Okay, we're just gonna... We'll adjust to this and then just book it. Please be enough. Okay, it was just barely enough. Where do we actually jump from here? I mean, I guess just we have to make sure not to fall into this crack. Is that something we can do? That was too close of a call. Okay, we've done this before. This, I think, took a little bit of time to get used to, but overall it wasn't the worst obstacle in the world. He's Thanos reincarnated. I guess, I mean, that would explain all the chins. Just kidding. Joke. Okay, so we just have to get on the lever and then just book it as quick as we can in this direction. It is really hard though. I remember that jump being somewhat difficult because you just have a tiny ledge to go on. Hopefully we can, I mean, I hope we can do this sooner rather than later, but... Okay, hold on. There we go. Alright, that took way less attempts than it did last time. I hate this though. I remember this obstacle. This one was just not enjoyable. But we're really close to, I think that's the pool table right above us. If we can get to the pool table, it's hard to fall super far when you're up there. Who's Thanos reincarcerated? Let's watch a movie together using a rave party app. That would be cool. How do you... I've never done something like that before, but that could be a lot of fun. Okay, let's try following this one. Okay. Come on, reincarcerate. We can't fall back down there. We just have to hang out on this ledge. Okay, this is going to be difficult, but the good news is that like I remember it being, I don't even remember how we got through this, but the good news is that we shouldn't fall far unless we would have fall off one of these edges. But how do we do? Did we just go? Should we just straight shoot it? Okay, that didn't quite work. Just need to download the app, log into Netflix. We'll be together in a room, able to chat and watch together. That seems pretty cool. Yeah, if there's a new movie or show that hasn't come out yet. Honestly, if that were to happen, I haven't seen most, like I'm not really movie or TV show educated, so there's a lot of things I haven't watched, so I guess maybe we can stand here actually. Yeah, they don't come any farther than this. Okay, I don't know what that was. I think what it wants you to do, this is like, I think this is how it gets you. You can't really come in straight on. So it kind of, also we gotta be careful not to fall off this either. Actually, yeah, that's more lethal than I realized. If we don't make this jump, there's nothing that'll even catch us. It's just a sheer... Maybe that's the real trick. The real trick isn't actually... It makes you think that this is the big obstacle, but in reality, this is not an easy... It's not the easiest jump to make, and if you fall all the way. Ah, sneaky game. Well, how's it going, anemic? Still that part? What do you mean? Still at this part? We've made it. We made a decent bit of progress in today's stream. Like we've climbed up a whole level at least, and we're almost to the next level as well. So we've made some good progress. Okay, I don't really... I forget how we did this last time, but... You down for that? Let's do Josh Ferreira. Who else down? I mean, as much as I like people like... You know, as supportive as like people like Stir Gamer are, might be better to... It would be nice to have a more... slightly more mature chats. I mean, you guys are welcome to invite whoever. Like, I don't have any preference. Like, I'm perfectly happy with the little group that we have, but if you guys can think of anyone else, then that's totally up for that. Okay, let's just book it now. I don't know how we did this. You don't watch movies much, you're out? What about the Indian Bollywood you were talking about? I mean, is there any spot that isn't being swept? Like, not really. It's pretty much just up to about here. But every other... I guess not every other one. If we get up to the very, very end... Okay, well, that didn't last long. If we get up to the very, very end, it looks like there's maybe a square or two that doesn't get swept, but yeah, the problem is getting there. I choose? Like, I choose the movie? I don't know which one would be, like, I don't know what the new releases are or what's been, I don't know what movie or show would be good to watch, but next level? Yes, this is the next level. This is the farthest we've ever made it. There's a pool table right above us. The biggest problem is getting through these things. Like, it may not look real difficult, but this is going to be a difficult section. Because it's like, it's very, very hard to make it by without getting sliced and diced by the mixers. Like, you can't really move quick enough or have a ton of agility along the grates. You don't fall very far, but we haven't, I think we've fallen like once or twice, but we've gotten back up. Okay, gameplay, I get the point. I get it. Holy rich Uma. I guess in this economy, you gotta be getting a Netflix subscription is a sign that you've made it. Watch Human Centipede. I've heard that one is a gory one. How did I go through the kitchen? By climbing. I mean, wait, why is there I just realized there's a bird in the microwave. At least the microwave's not turned on. I would say the best strategy I can think of is like going here and like going like rotating side to side, but even that you can see isn't ideal. Okay, well, should we give that another go? I guess so. Let's. But like, dang, this is a tough obstacle. Oh, okay, I feel like we weren't that. Or I guess we were. It's a wholesome coming-of-age movie. The Human Centipede. Child who gets bullied a lot and then slowly, from centipede, evolves to a butterfly and lives happily ever after. Something tells me that isn't what happens. I've never watched it, but I think that like it's kind of known as one of the gore. Aren't there like some really gory scenes in that? I've never seen it, but okay. So you pretty much have to be. You have to be like at the very edge, though. Let's try it again. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work. We gotta find another strategy to get through. Okay, let's try. Let's try again. We could try to just straight shot it with like a couple of. Nope, that's not doing us any favors either. We're stuck. Well, any ideas? There's not another way that we can get around. Like this is we have to go through here. So gore would probably be the least of my concerns. What is there like nudity or so? Okay, you know what? I think we just found out. Not gonna watch the Human Centipede, but yeah, thank you Uma for being willing to add me and others. We can give this a couple more goes, but maybe we just wait for eternity and the battery will run out at some point. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but realistically, it would. I guess not. No, if it's plugged into an outlet, most of these aren't wireless, so. We could try to find the owner and steal his wallet and credit card info, and that way he can't pay the electricity bill. Then his electricity will be shut off. How's it going? Make that trick. Let's. I don't actually think there's any. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I thought maybe the square is at the very end. Yes, they do. Well, let's try going back and forth then. I feel like that's got to be the... Okay, well, obviously something like that's going to happen, but I feel like maybe that's... I feel like that's probably the best way to go about it. So let's just try that. Let's try the left and right method. What game is this? This is a game where you're an egg and you have to climb to the very top of the coop. Obviously we're not in a coop anymore. We progressed from the coop. You can see the ground below us. It's very, very far beneath us. It's kind of like, have you ever seen like Getting Over It or Only Up or Peak or any of those games where you just have to climb and not fall? That's essentially the point of this game, but with an egg. So we're pretty high up. This is the second stream that we've done it. We probably spent a total of maybe 6 hours, maybe a little more on this like world as a whole. We're doing it in hardcore mode, so there's no checkpoints. So I feel like we made good progress for not having a checkpoint. Dang, this is... There's got to be another way. There's got to be another way to get over here. I mean, am I just timing this wrong? Fenrir, before you say anything about me just being a dumbass, there's got to be... There's got to be some... If you fall, is everything reset? I mean, it doesn't necessarily... I mean, yeah, it's not like it resets, but like you there's no checkpoints. You don't... Before there were little drone pads and you could just hop in the nearest drone and have it take you back up. With this, wherever you fall is just where you have to play from. So yeah, it pretty much does. There's no checkpoints, so we could fall. Just if we just jumped off that edge, we would probably lose a couple hours worth of progress. Just roll. I mean, not much else I can do as an egg. Every square is like covered. There's not like any safe squares. We've been trying the left and right. I don't really know how else we can do it. But I'm tempted to just look up a video of someone else doing it. I don't think that would be cheating. Like, it would just be seeing a certain strategy of like timing and whatnot. Yeah, this is... Okay, I don't know why we're not being grazed, but this is as far up as we can go without being hit. Just roll fast forward. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. Like, see, it's like bang, bang, bang. Like they're covering the very middle. So I even if I timed it perfectly as one was going away, if I just rolled straight forward, I wouldn't be able to make it and jump to the board in time. You just set the passcode? Josh Wash 666. Whoa, why the 666 in there? Isn't that like a satanic? Okay, you know what? No, it doesn't matter too much, but mostly just making a joke, but sounds good. Let me look up. Egging on beater obstacle, the egg beater. Egging on kitchen walkthrough. W Uma for leaking it in chat. Okay, let me Oh, hold on. I just got recommended a what happens if you cook yourself in the frying pan. Okay, so you crack. Your egg cracks. You can't get out as a yolk. I don't think. And you just fry. Okay. The best alternate ending ever? Hold on. Okay. So you literally just slowly cook over a minute. Maybe we should have taken the pan. Come on, just hatch the egg and fly like a bird. I wish. It looks like it takes a while to fry. Okay, and then the ending scene comes on. Okay. Don't think that would have counted as beating the game, but let me go through shop, the kitchen. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this up just so that we can see how. It would be very convenient if we could just, yeah, simply hatch and just fly away, but let's see. So the guy has checkpoints on, but so we get through here. Okay, so this is how he. Okay, this is how he does it. He goes right, then left, then jump. Okay, I kind of see. All right, let's try this again. It looks like you need a little bit of momentum. You need to be going. So let's go like this. We have to do it at the right time as well, though. So let's go right about now. No, okay. Holy, we got so lucky that we did not fall all the way back down to the kitchen. But okay, that's how that guy does it. So we now know how to do it. Just roll and stop before it hits you. Okay, hold on. Let's time this right about now. That was not the angle. Okay, we know how to do it now, though. I should get a Ninjago collection. I did have Ninjago Legos when I was a kid. I did used to love Ninjago. So, Yusuf, what's going on? Why the negativity? What happened in your day? There we go. I think we can just push that out of the way. All right, nice. We got through it. Gameplay. If you type that message one more time, I might have to time you out for just saying the same thing over and over. Ninjago's Peak. I did have Ninjago Legos. I used to really like them, but especially the little attachments that you could have on their back that would have them hold the swords. Well, that was really poor. We didn't fall too far, but even though we didn't fall very far, that actually might set us back like a good 15 minutes. It's all good though. Is it offensive to tell someone they're slow, or how to tell them respectfully? Well, I feel like there's a subtle message in there. Maybe not subtle at all, but hard to balance on this thing. Ninjago Sears are also peak. Yeah, I think my favorite when I was younger was, I really liked Jay, the blue one. Like I haven't bought Legos in a while, not because I don't like Legos, but just because they're just so expensive. Like Legos have become really pricey. Like you'll get this little dinky set and it'll be it'll be expensive. I mean, this little dinky set will be, you know, 30 or 40 bucks, and it's like, it's just not like, and again, that's for like a really, that's for like a couple hundred pieces of Legos, so it just seems like they become expensive. That's probably one of the only reasons, pretty much the only reason why I haven't bought more of them. It's just because Legoflation, whatever it's called. It's probably not that's probably not the name, but yeah, Legos have been going up in price, so don't really own any except for, you know, if my family gifts me one or something, obviously I'll build it and use it. There was like a little knockoff Lego that I got at Yellowstone that was of like a rattlesnake or something, but that was cheaper because it was not actually a Lego brand. So, am I rich? No. I mean, like, I have a little bit of, like, I have a little bit of money saved up for my last job, and like our family, just as a whole, like, we can, like, we get on by okay. Like, we can live comfortably, so we're not rich. Like, we don't live in a mansion. We don't have nice exotic cars. It's just, we can live comfortably, like, so, I mean, my parents are both, they're not like super frugal. Like they spend money on things. They go out to eat. They'll spend money on something. They're not, but they're also they're smart with their money. Like, I would say they're frugal to an extent. So yeah, we're not rich, but we can live comfortably enough. So how does one define rich? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of different definitions for. Also, the last 40 minutes, for some reason, my left arm has been going numb. It's just been locked on the arrow keys, or locked on the WSD keys, so probably ought to get up and move in a little bit before I lose circulation to my arm. Yeah, it's like, it's a hard thing to define, because it's like, rich is gonna look different for everyone. For some people it's having a house. Like, for some people getting a house is like really out of reach for them. So if you live in a house, a lot of people consider that rich. A lot of people consider like a nice car, like it's hard to define it. But if my left arm hurts, why not the right? I don't know. For some reason, like, my left arm is tingling, my right arm feels fine. Like, don't know why that is. Maybe it's just because my right arm, like, my wrist is moving a little bit to move the mouse. So it's like, it's moving a little bit more. My left hand is pretty much just my fingers that are moving because of the WSD keys that I'm using to move, whereas the mouse is to kind of twist around, and it's a little bit more active. Bro has the Gunnar arm. No, that's not it. It's just my right arm is moving more than my left, so my left is falling asleep a little bit. Perfectly reasonable explanation. You wish you had a left arm. I mean, it's not like, okay, surely it's not heart attack on the way. Hopefully not. I mean, your left arm, it's not like it's gone, Fenrir, right? It's just, it's like recovering. Like, have they said anything about, like, is your left arm, is it going to be completely, like, after it's all healed, is it going to be back to normal? Is it still going to retain some injuries or some damage? Like, it's not like you haven't been able to use it for a while, but that doesn't mean that you're never going to, like, you'll be able to use it again after it heals, right? I shouldn't hide it. We see your smile. What? Okay. Is this about the Gunnar arm comment? This is like a very... I just gave you guys a good explanation for why my left arm is tingling. It's been sitting there stagnant. My right wrist has been... Alright, let's move on. We might actually just end stream here. Like, this knife part is just a little bit more... difficult to get through, especially it's been kind of a we might just end it here. I mean, we recently fell. We can probably just we can take our progress and move on. We've made a little bit of progress today, for sure. So like that's good. I mean, okay, we're almost here. So let's maybe, yes, let's go like that. Okay, now we're getting off track a little bit. This should still be fine, right? Okay, that should be enough. Yes, should be enough. This part was actually kind of sketchy. Like we almost fell off the okay, that was fine. We almost fell off that thing the first time. Okay, hold on. That's not enough there. Maybe my arm is sleeping. Could be. I mean, yeah, I would assume it's just, I probably got to get up and I gotta move my arm a little bit more. Okay, please tell me we make it. I think we do. Okay, that's good. We know how to get through this part. How do you stop drinking energy drinks? You love them so much. Yeah, caffeine is one of those things that is somewhat addictive in nature. Start drinking pantothenic acid. Or you could have both. You could have an energy drink that has pantothenic acid. No, caffeine is one of those things that is like slightly addictive in nature. I mean, a lot of things are, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of things are, okay, almost. A lot of things are kind of addictive in nature. Video games, social media, even coffee. So it's like, just because it is slightly addictive, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily like you have to immediately stop it. Like a lot of things are, but it's like it is something to, I don't know. I would just say typically if you want to break a habit, you can't hard stop that habit. You tend to have to just reduce it over time. You also tend to need someone else to hold you accountable. No. All right, do we hop in the pan? All right, we're definitely gonna, we're gonna end the stream there. We've fallen enough. We could hop in the pan. It won't turn us into it won't end the story immediately. We can always hop back out of it, but anyway, we'll end it here. We won't succumb to the pan. I mean, we'll end the game, but I won't feel great about it, but we'll end it there. I think it should automatically, yeah, save and quit. We'll save and quit. Let's see if it says how much time we've... Oh, it exited out. Okay, I didn't realize by save and quit it meant it would X the game. I wonder if it'll say how much time we've spent on it. It'll say how much time we spent on the other one, I think, to beat it. So it should give us the play time. Hopefully it's opening up again. Show us your search history. I mean, there's no bad search history on here. Like I don't search anything bad. It's just gonna be. I honestly especially on this PC. Like I use this PC strictly for streaming, pretty much. Streaming and playing games on here. I don't even even for recreational use, like watching YouTube videos. I usually do that on my laptop as I'm like making food in the kitchen or something. So like I don't even I rarely open up a YouTube on here either. So it's pretty much just streaming. I'll look up like Restream and Bloom host for hosting the Minecraft server, and that's about it. But let's see. So if we do change profile, there we go. So we spent about 7 hours on this world. It took us almost 12 to beat it the first time. Honestly, that's not bad progress. Like it's probably not unreasonable to, because like think about it, the attic That's the pool table, which was directly above us. So if we can get up to the pool table, we just have to climb up to like the rooster, get past the rooster, and then the nest is right up there. So we still have almost 5 hours before we catch our other time. So it's possible. Yeah, difficulty adjusted level. Yeah. It's possible that we could beat the hardcore world in less time than it took us with the checkpoint one. I mean, again, it is going to get harder, and it's like even one fall could set us back a ton. But like we're kind of on pace to beat it. So anyway, if you drink this amount daily, you're not recommending it. Oh, you drink 4 monsters a day. That's a lot of monsters. Make sure your heart gets used to heart attacks too. You hope your heart is good. I mean, if a monster has, I mean, honestly, even if it's a non, even if it's a I don't even think they make non-caffeinated monsters, but even if it was non-caffeinated, that's still a lot of monster to have in one day. It's still a ton of sugar. Even if you're drinking the sugar-free version, that still uses like other chemicals and stuff to preserve it. So I would say drinking that amount, unless it's like water, it's probably an unhealthy amount to drink that much of anything in one day. Your friend's dad died because of energy drinks? Dang, I guess it's just something to do in moderation, I guess. Carbonated sugary drinks are egregiously worth. Yeah. So I would just say, trick, if you want to be healthy, if you want your heart to be good, maybe do it in moderation. Like I could recommend, there's something called V8 energy drinks, which I have. It's like it's kind of a healthier energy drink. Like, I mean, the caffeine is just from, I think it's from natural green tea. But the most important thing is that it pretty much just uses fruit and vegetable juice. Like, let me look up the, like, it doesn't really use a bunch of chemicals, I don't think. Like, let me see. We have a bunch just in our pantry. Like, there are still some like, you have to preserve in a can in some way. Like, it's not 100% natural, but it's like, it says it uses like vegetable juice, like carrot juice. I think there's like beet juice, maybe like sweet potato juice. Like, there's a lot of vegetable juices, a little bit of fruit juices to sweeten it, green tea extract, and that's about it. But it's like, it's pretty much just fruit and vegetable juice. There's a little bit of caffeine, so if you're used to energy drinks, like, that's a healthier option than Monster or anything else. But man up and drink black coffee and smoke cigars. I mean, I don't want my lungs to look like a wilted raisin. I mean, a raisin is already wilted, but like, all right. Anyway, I'm probably not ever gonna smoke cigars like that. I just think that would be a horrible idea. But anyway, there we are. There's our little egg. We'll resume there whenever we play this next. But only kidding at the moment due to dehydration. Yeah, I'll go drink some water. I'll go find something else to drink, because so far I've just had half of this can. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for supporting as usual, even though maybe this is not your favorite game, maybe it's not really entertaining, especially for you, Fenrir. I know that you don't find a lot of games exciting, but I appreciate you being here and talking and supporting regardless. So thank you guys. Hopefully you have a good weekend. Should you drink the Red Bull today or tomorrow? Is it an option to throw it away? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, that's completely up to you, Trick. You can have it whenever. But Fenrir is saying chug it. This is the same guy that was warning you of heart attacks, by the way. All right, thank you, Mima and Danny. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend. I'll see you on Monday. This weekend I'll have a bit more time to work on the server. I downloaded like the extension that you brought up, Danny. What was it called? The chest core or something. But now I just need to find out how to run a command to kind of successfully clear everything. But no stream tomorrow means I'll have a bit more time to do that. So what about tomorrow? Am I streaming? No, Trick. I stream. I don't stream on Sundays. So I streamed last Sunday, I think, because it was last Sunday the World Cup? No, it was the week before that. I was gonna say there's no way it was just a week ago. We did stream on Sunday a couple weeks ago because it was the World Cup and we weren't going to be streaming the next day, but typically I stream every day except for Sunday. So PYC, if you're just hopping on, we're just signing off for the day, but it was good to catch you for a second. So hopefully you guys have a great day. Hopefully I can see you guys on Monday, and hopefully you guys have